We had quite the adventure last week.
Yeah.
Hot on the trails of trying to rescue Sunny Boy from a group of bandits. Our party kind of got a bit more than they bargained for. They fought the bandit captain, realized that he's potentially something inhuman, non-human. We wandered through the bandit's keep, came across a treasury, fought off a couple of mimics, claimed their rewards, went back around to the captain's quarters where they had previously found a secret entryway behind a bookshelf. Upon the first floor, I just went right on through, saw rather barren room and a shrine, some bloodstains on the floor. Got the feeling that the shrine was used in some sort of summoning or conjuration ritual. Went upstairs, found what appeared to be the captain's quarters. When Sev had the grand idea, as the party's wizard, to take a closer look at this mirror, realizing that while it reflected the room, it didn't quite reflect everything. Looking closer in, the party realized that they weren't being reflected back, and there were no sources of light in the mirror. Moving closer to the mirror, Sev began to hear these different wailings and cries for help. And that is where we ended last week. What do y'all wanted to do?
So, I am immediately going to tell everyone, okay, everyone, back off, don't look at the mirror. Just back away. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still have detect magic up. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't... What kind of magic was it?
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, sorry. I know I keep asking this, but it could be
Asking
useful.
failed
Yeah,
questions,
No, that
but
is entirely on me. It's just this
It
is the
is.
one area I'm super weak in, and I'm sorry.
And I just want to say that if it was looking in the mirror that's gonna doom us, we've all already looked in the mirror at least once, I think.
I mean, yeah, I'm
I want to say this is abjuration. It is you get the feeling this is something
Sure.
to keep something in and guarded.
yeah. So, considering we are hearing cries for help, I am of the belief that perhaps there are people trapped in there, and I don't want us to get put in there too.
I wish I knew dispel magic.
I'm gonna ask Amal what he thinks. So I think there's a mere prison, and considering you are also imprisoned in an object, I'm wondering if you might know anything about this situation.
You see the same kind of wispy gray as the world begins to kind of blur around you for a second. Amal just responds rather a very subdued tone. I don't know how I got here. If there are souls within that mirror, they're far beyond our help.
All right. Well, since we have all looked in the mirror, does that mean we are doomed to be trapped as well, or are we okay?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've never dabbled in anything close to this.
All right. Well, if you don't think the souls in the mirror are savable, I will take your word for it. And frankly, I have enough of a task trying to get you out of this to be worrying about everybody else in the mirror as well. So, thanks for your input.
Everything begins to retract, and you see the world once again.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to everyone. So, Amol seems to think that the souls that are trapped in the mirror are beyond our help. And I asked him if he thinks we are also going to be trapped too now that we've looked at it. He doesn't seem to know. I, for one, think we should not look at it again. At least not directly.
Question about this. When I looked in the mirror earlier and I saw that my arrow was in the ground, was there any piece of furniture in this room that was notably absent from view?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, though.
It should be...
With an 8.
Not great.
Okay. With an 8, as you're focusing on the arrow that you had like shot directly into the floor, you look directly back over at the mirror to see if anything had appeared out of nowhere. Looking back into the mirror, you did see that there is now the arrow just in the floor. Behind it, you see that, looking back in the mirror, you see like faint particles, some sort of like glowing energy that have just been kind of like pierced and split from the arrow. Looks like it might be... It looks like there was some sort of trail that kind of like split somewhere in the room.
Is there illusory magic in here?
I'm sorry?
Is there like an illusion effect? Like magically or otherwise?
Not that you can tell. No, the room seems pretty normal.
Yeah, to be honest, I was asking about objects in the mirror in case something in the room is a mimic again.
I mean, yeah.
And I mean, again, like this is all, you see this like reflect in the reflection of the mirror.
Right. Yeah, I just figured that if I can't see me, I can't see Locke, and I can't see anybody else in the room, that it stands to reason that if it's alive, I probably can't see it, and mimics are probably alive.
Ah, okay.
Good call. Yeah. I mean, on that note, like none of the furniture, none of the like objects in the room are not appearing in the mirror with you. Like it looks like an exact copy of the room, just without the light sources, and it is like a fair bit dimmer in the reflection, and none of you are present.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna start going through his stuff.
Okay.
Like going through whatever, like the shelves and everything that are here.
Sure. Is there
I'm gonna
anything...
examine behind the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Both of you give me an investigation. All right.
Cora, you're supposed to be giving me luck points. You're sitting right here. You should have given me a better roll.
So, with the 9, while nothing like immediately pops out at you, what are you looking, like where are you searching for first? Just in the like immediate area, like around the bookshelf and the table?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
just look through his possessions.
Sure, that's what I figured. So as you're like trying to look through everything, you don't see anything of value. You just see kind of the same kind of just like shelf life books on the bookshelf. Just very like mundane titles that you don't really glean a whole lot of information out of. On the top of the bookshelf, though, it's roughly like, I don't know, 4.5 feet high. You can just like reach up to the top shelf. You do see a rather old looking, kind of like tattered volume.
Okay.
What languages do you speak again?
Common, Undercommon, Elvish, Celestial, and Infernal.
Okay. So as you're like wiping the dust off of this book, it's cover is like very cracked, very. This is like a very old leather worked volume. It has like some like the really dry, kind of hard, crackly pages as you're like flipping through it, and realize right in Infernal, along like the spine, is Demons and Me.
Demons
God.
and me or demons in me?
N, like apostrophe N apostrophe. Demons in Me.
Okay. Demons in me.
It sounds so friendly and benign.
Yeah, right? Me and my friends, the demons. Okay.
Surely it's just a fairy tale.
Hey, welcome, Kev.
Hey.
Hope things are going well for you.
We just found a book titled Demons in Me. This is me and my friends, the demons.
I could just imagine someone just like sitting like really nicely with a nice sweater and a coffee, like with a big smile on his face.
Get a
And, like,
book
de-
like.
yeah.
No, I was just gonna say get a book like Draconic for Dummies or
Yeah.
like
Oh no,
With
you've
the little
discovered my
demon just
plan.
popping around his shoulder.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. No, yes. Okay, it is Demons in Me. I just had to make sure I was getting my terms right.
Am I familiar with this book at all?
You have no fucking clue.
Okay.
You're just able to like make out the different letterings together and find out the
Yeah.
phrasing.
I'm gonna ask Gail. So, does your detect magic see anything about this book? Is it safe for me to read?
Dale.
Oh, excuse me. So
I realize I can only detect magic, not necessarily possession.
yeah, no. So like it to you, it seems like a normal book. It just seems to contain like words and like different etchings or symbols and such, but it
know
doesn't look.
enough.
It doesn't look like it holds any innate magical power on its own.
Okay. No magic here. It's written in Infernal. I can't read it.
I can. Let me see what it's about. Now go ahead and flip through the book here. See what's
Sure.
up with it.
So as you're taking a look through the book, you see that it contains several of the same symbols, what you believe to be rituals, in the papers from the desk downstairs.
Does it look like... So, the papers in the desk downstairs look like they were written by the male mage, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like those were pages ripped out of this book.
And what were those weird passwords that we discovered?
Oh, right about that.
Fizzy Giggle and Furzy Gurgle.
That doesn't quite seem like the kind of password that this person would use, but we never know.
I mean, I don't know how to apply said passwords with this, but...
Those sound like decent names for mimics.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, God.
weird arcane. It seems like something like a crazed professor would like name or assign a password, not like some infernalist, I don't think.
I guess I'll try speaking the passwords and see if this book reacts in any way.
Okay. I'm trying to remember from what happened last session.
There. I might have done something here.
How loud are you speaking this? Like, just to remain in the
no.
room?
I'm just speaking these in a regular old speaking voice.
Okay, so like you're not trying to project your voice for like anything
No.
around. Okay.
No, I'm just saying them. This is a shot in the dark.
Okay. Nothing happens. No effect. You speak out the words. You speak out fizzy giggle, furzy gurgle. Nothing. All you hear are like the continued wailings and moanings coming from the mirror.
Okay. I'm still a little concerned based on how you were asking me about how loud I was. Okay, well.
And I'm still kind of poking behind the mirror to see if there's anything
Right.
mechanical about it, or if there's anything else.
Thank you. And with a 10 for your investigation, Gale, you can
I
like...
love how we rolled 8, 9, 10 consecutively.
You're right. So as Seb is like reaching behind or like up on top of the bookshelf, you're trying to like flip through and like reach for anything, find anything in the back of the mirror. Nothing looks out of place to you. It just seems like a normal mirror. On the back, there are like on the corners of the frame, there are like four glowing gems. Like they seem like small, like imprinted gems that are like just glowing this faint blue.
Are they what's enchanting the mirror, if I can sort of discern that from my detect magic?
I would say that like overall it seems as if like it's just one thing working together. But you can definitely tell that it seems as if it's holding the mirror in place. Perhaps some of the energy is like flowing through and in some way powering the mirror, yeah.
Okay, so maybe they're, for all I know, they could be like batteries or something.
Yeah. Might be worth trying to take them out.
I guess I kind of tell this to the party just so that everyone knows. Come look at this, and I show the jewels.
Alright, I'm gonna take out one of my daggers and like try like poking at the gems.
And
You might want to be careful. We don't know what'll happen if we take them out.
I've been wanting to get Locke to just search around the room to see if he finds anything odd. But I will tell him to stay away from the mirror for now, like stay 5 feet away from the mirror for now.
Okay.
And don't look at it.
Did you want to like how do you want Block to look around? Like just see if he smells anything off, or
Yeah, just smelling and looking around.
Alright.
Should I?
Yep. Perception play is cool with a 16.
I was hoping for an 11.
we got the flush. With you know what? I mean, looking at it, we have the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right?
Right.
So with the 16, Locke's taking a look around, sniffing around, and he actually like finds a bit of a trail. So walking around and walking through the quarters, he begins to paw at like the side of the carpet and discovers what looks like a boot print. And if you were to look at it, you see that's very similar to the boot print from, excuse me, or the boot prints from that you all had trailed from the cart way back when.
Huh.
As it begins to walk around trying to follow it, comes out from underneath the carpet and heads off to the chest.
Oh yeah, we forgot about the chest.
And Locke's just gonna kind of like circle around, whine a little bit, and just plop down on his hind legs. Sit.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Locke what's wrong with the what's bothering him, since I can talk to him.
It just stop.
Perhaps you. Well, I guess I wouldn't hear this.
Locke seemed to be following a trail, and he said it just stopped there, I think.
I mean, I was going to consider this chest at some point anyway. Perhaps you could have Mage Hand open it with all of us at a reasonable distance in case something happens.
Sure, I can try that.
Okay.
I'll go
And
ahead
I don't
and
sense anything around where the vanishing happens.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, still worth investigating carefully given our recent luck with chests.
yeah. So you wanted to try and dig out the gems of there. Do you want me to let you do that first, or should I?
I'm not digging them out. I'm just kind of poking them
Oh,
with my
okay.
dagger.
Sure. Reese, is there anything you want to do?
Not right now. I think I still just want to kind of get the feel of what's going on.
Okay. Just for context, right? We are back in the captain's quarters. This is behind where the deceased captain now is. This is the top floor from the taking the stairs out of the back entry.
This guy had a huge place to himself, eh?
Yeah.
And his crew.
Yeah.
Down the stairs is a rather blank room where the party had found what seems to be some sort of shrine. Gale and Sev had deduced that it was used in some way, shape, or form to summon something or conjure something. And both of them had found a couple of parchments and pieces of paper that detail what seemed to be notes on how to summon something from the Nine Hells.
Oh, I just thought of something that didn't occur to me until now. So, I mean, obviously Reese is here now, but last session he wasn't originally with us because he was back with watching Elmwe and Sunny because Elmwe was
Yeah, that was my next
out.
question. How did that go? Did he get back safe?
But
And all that?
I'm gonna say maybe Elmwe woke up and Reese was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll go see what the rest of the party is doing, and that's when he got here.
Yeah, I am 100% fine with that. Some way of retconning. You're able to make your way down here as the party's coming back up. You met up. You're like, hey, let's go on down. That's
Okay.
whatever.
That just occurred to me.
Good call.
Sonny,
Good call.
got back safe wherever.
So currently,
it was that kingdom, right? Where.
So currently, Sunny is in the cart, in the entryway to the keep. Elmley in a, hungover
Very
haze.
Better
hungover.
damn well watch him. If he is drunk, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
If he gets kidnapped again, I swear to God.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
my God! Can you
technically,
imagine?
technically, though, he wouldn't have any more alcohol because,
Yeah, he
Rayleigh
polished
only
off
gave
his
him one
has
bottle.
37 bottles.
No,
Yeah, but
Rayleigh has 37 bottles. He only
Rayleigh
gave
has 37
Elmley one,
bottles.
and he polished it
Oh,
off last
just
night.
one. Okay.
Yeah, Elmwe only had one, and that is gone. So
Yeah.
I don't think we have to worry about him drinking anymore. He has just got a hell of a hangover, and you know what? That sucks for him. That sounds like a him problem. As long as he is awake and alert, and not spending too much time crying with his eyes closed for the headache, we're fine. But no, he's not going to drink anymore because he doesn't have anything else to drink.
You know, one of the worst places to be when you're hungover? A cart. Like if it's rolling.
Yeah,
Oh,
just the
man, can you imagine
constant.
how terrible that would be?
Yeah.
Like all the chains and
Yeah.
rocks and bumps and ugh, it'd be awful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's gonna be fun.
another question is you mentioned some sort of armor that you found.
Oh, yeah. So we haven't taken the time to like stop and like figure out what it does, but the rest of the group had picked up like a metal breastplates that they had wanted to keep for you.
Awesome.
Is it enchanted
It
by
is.
any chance?
I
And would
remember
I be
we-
able to sniff out the kind of enchantment and maybe get some kind of advantage
I
on
remember
an
we
arcane
saw...
roll?
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead.
On a roll.
I mean, I should probably, as long as it's safe, I should probably get that on. You know, I guess now.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm remembering that we had like discerned that it has some sort of protective, I think, against going down. So maybe something similar to like Second Chance with Kingdom Hearts, where you like take a big hit but you keep 1 HP or so. I don't know.
Or like
That's
Spare the
my-
Dying or something?
Maybe that too, yeah. So, but yeah, as far as Arcana goes, yeah, I can help with that too. So get that advantage.
All this talk about RPG stuff just reminds me. I was really looking forward to Triangle Strategy, the game on Switch,
Yes.
and I was
Coming out
so
next month, I
sure.
think.
Yeah.
In March, I'm
I
excited.
was so sure it was coming out this month. Like I saw like 03, 04 or whatever, and for some reason I thought we were in March already, I think. And I was like up at midnight, like looking at that, waiting for
Oh,
that
no.
pre-order to change to a, and I had no idea, and then I finally figured it out.
It's actually February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's a move though.
looking at some of the things that you had picked up for Reese.
Hmm.
You can take a look at the
And if you want to go through it another time, if you know, like if we want when it's not prudent or whatever, because it's probably something I should have went through with you before. But I'm cool either way.
I'd say slap it on now. For all we
Yeah.
know, we might be fighting a dragon.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Also, I'm assuming I would have like had enough time to attune to the chime at this point because I would have been carrying it on me.
I was just playing Witcher 3, and I had to fight these things that they're like ghost, like spirit based, so they're impossible to hit except for certain times, or if you cast a spell to trap them.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it just made me think, like, we're kind of lucky we haven't run into. Actually, I'm knock on wood right now. We haven't run into
Don't
anything
give
that
Dale
can't be
ivy.
physically hit. You know, like we've been fortunate
Mhm.
so far that it's all like largely physical.
So to
Because-
attune, you need to spend a short rest to attune to an item. So
Oh,
it
okay,
hasn't been
okay.
that long,
I thought
unfortunately.
it was just an hour in general, but I didn't realize it had to be an actual rest.
I mean, you're
Oh.
like taking the time to like look into it to
Yeah,
like fully
okay.
figure out what's going on.
There's some armor that could almost take a rest just to put on, like
Yeah,
the full
that's
armor.
fair.
Yeah.
But so Yale, you're able to figure out exactly what the armor does. Because you've definitely heard of this before. Just kind of like in talking and passing between the different people you would have seen at the academy, or like just adventurers that were coming in. Who were hanging out at the bars or anything you were at. So you realize that the armor's benefit is that it'll try to automatically stabilize anyone who's not able to get to their feet if they were to fall,
So basically, spare the dying then.
essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
You said anyone, but I assume it's the person who's wearing the armor.
Yes, sorry. The person who is
And actually-
the wearer.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, literally stabilize, as in they won't trip and fall, or do you mean like?
Well, that is a question, isn't it? You're also able to look at the axe that you all had brought for Reese, and you're able to kind of like put it together that the word engraved in the handle is its command word. And if you're able to connect, you think that by some nature of the like force of the weapon might be able to trigger that as well.
Is
Knock
it
them,
a
prone?
language? And is it a language that we know, or is it like
Yeah.
a proper name?
It is in common, and it's just the word
Okay.
grovel.
I'm guessing that it
Or some
has a
sort of
chance to
stun
knock
effect,
them
maybe?
I'm guessing stabilize is literally staying up on your feet so you don't fall prone, stabilize, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, this is all hypothetical. We'll have to experiment with these, or I guess
Yeah.
maybe you will, Reese. Try them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no like clear danger,
Curse.
like a curse. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sensing any malefic magic in these items, am I, Dale?
As far
For
as you can
me.
tell, everything is all squeaky clean.
And
Dale looks
I
at the
feel
camera.
like
Am I Dale?
okay, but then what about me, who has indeed been wrought with curse?
Yeah, that's the fun
Actually,
thing
yeah,
about
what am I
curses.
getting off that bandana?
You're getting the what would this be? Abjuration? Well, you can tell that it is when the like user is hurt in some way, it's meant to like the user can draw from its power to try and like put out this like what was it, the dirt and dust field.
Yeah, it was like some kind of dust storm, sandstorm thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think has ever been used at this point.
That's not.
No, I haven't. I've been waiting for the same with you with Hail of Thorns. I've been waiting for a very specific like situation, and I actually when we right before we walked into the room where we fought the captain, like I actually thought I was going to be set up perfectly to use it, but then internet not working that way. But yeah, anyway.
All right. So Reese, this is a breastplate that they had found for you. I'm gonna go ahead and hand that off to you. And you're just putting it straight on. I think you're about on the low end.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm
what
not hearing anything, unfortunately.
You can hear me now, though.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, we should just put it right on.
Sure. So while you're taking the time to take your previous chain shirt off and put on, like, slip on the breastplate, Sev, you were trying to scratch at the gems.
I'm just kind of poking at him to see if I can feel anything by interacting via the dagger.
It ups armor class by 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Good
Let's
shit.
check it. Yeah.
All right. So I mean, as you're scratching toward, like, you're prodding and poking over towards where the gems are, you can see, like, looking and finagling your way around the bookshelf and around the corner of the mirror. The two easiest are just the two top corners, right? So just take your dagger out. You just go try to go poke it. And the second that the like blade of the dagger touches the wails and the moans, it instead of being muffled
There's whales. Sorry.
and instead of sounding fuzzy and distorted, it sounds as if they're standing like right next to you. And as soon as like you stop touching the gems, they begin to just like retract and calm down. You can
I guess I
Isn't
kind of get startled a little bit when I hear that too.
wait, is it just me that hears that, or does everybody hear it?
no, it's echoing all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe we shouldn't mess with those gems.
No. For once, I am. I did not like the results of that experiment, so I'm just gonna leave that be.
All right, I'm just gonna take a few minutes, take a sketch of like the mirror and the gems with, I guess, some of my quill and paper, my scholar's kit, I guess, just so that I can take it back to the magic shop and
Yeah.
maybe he'll know what it is and what we can do with it potentially.
Good idea.
I do want to know, does it look like there are any gems missing?
No, it is not. They all look like
Okay.
securely. It looks as if they've been like imprinted into the wood. So like they, you can easily tell that like they don't lie flush with the wood. They're like into. It looks like they've been like set into like past where the top of the wood is, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So what about the chimes?
Mm-hmm.
What about them?
What about them?
Like, so they help with death saves, but do we know anything else about that? Any more specific?
Nope, not at this point.
Okay.
Should I try and open up a chest
Yeah, I
with
was
magic
about to
hand?
say. Yeah, let's do the chest. All right, everyone, step back.
Okay.
I'm okay with where I'm standing, and I will ready chill touch if
Wait,
anything
you-
hostile pops out.
You
Sure.
mean me ready chill touch?
Or
I'm-
no, I mean, sorry, wrong spell. Frostbite.
I will have chill touch. You will have frostbite. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like I can just barely reach it from where I am currently.
Cool. So you all begin like huddle back towards the entryway. Rayleigh summons his spectral hand, just floats on along, slowly limping over towards the chest. Begins to try to like approach the latch. And you see it just strain, trying to lift. You hear a little rattle of the chest and the lid. Will not open.
Is it locked?
Would seem as if it's locked.
All right. I will unlock it and then step back and have the hand open it. But I gotta get that lock open first. Okay, thieves' tools.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me thieves' tools. Forgot.
Oh, please. Ah, shit.
Oh, by the way, how much gold did we get from the mimics?
A lot.
Is it something like 400 each?
It was
No, not quite that much.
No, it was.
no, I believe
200 each plus 275 each plus 125 silver each.
Okay, so Reese, you get a cut of that as well.
yeah, I had already
Uh,
applied all that over.
Oh, okay, you did? Okay.
Yes. So yeah, Reese, if you were to look at your gold, you are loaded right now.
God.
Also, we did find the materials for the blacksmith.
yes, yes.
I
Importantly,
wonder, so.
hmm
Threw them in our
Wow, that is a lot.
bag of holding.
yeah.
So that'll certainly cover that. And then I wonder, like, if this armor that we found, like, it's nice. It has that quick get up feature there, but the armor that this guy could make, like, chances are would be better. Like, I forget what the numbers we were looking at, but it
Oh.
kind of got the impression it might be better or not really.
I mean, there's a chance it might be better crafted armor, but it most certainly would not have any sort of enchantment on it. So that's kind of up
Right,
to you.
So it just depends. Like, so there may be a chance that the armor class bonus may be higher, and it just depends on what you want, right? If you want a
Right, yeah.
higher armor class bonus, or that's if that even happens.
Yeah, depending on
Are
what you were
we
looking for.
allowed? Are we allowed to say our current armor class, or is that not okay?
I mean, I would say that's fine because like it's mostly denoted, whatever. Figured out by like the type of armor you have. So I mean, you just say
Yeah,
like what type
mine
of
is
armor you have.
currently 16.
Oh
Just so.
wow!
Is
We
that with
found
your
it-
new stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a nice pair of
Sweet.
studded leather.
And for context, that's what one of my spells can do, which
Yeah.
is pretty damn good.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting the impression once you get to that number, it's exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like 14 to 16 is like on the like pretty good.
B
And-
plus.
Yeah.
B plus, yeah. What is there a max number for that?
For
For armor class, just is it just like beyond possible to go past a certain number? Or...
so max from like pure armor alone is 18.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and then also I should say, I believe it was our Forge cleric in one of my old campaigns, with Shield of Faith and his shield combined, he ended up like at something like 21 AC.
Right, but I mean that's
And,
using other stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
like
just
the
saying,
guitar amp
like,
that goes up to 11.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying it is possible to have like a very stupid amount of AC
Yes.
as
Yeah.
a player.
For sure. But so
What's
Sev,
happening with the chest?
you go approach the chest, bend over, try to stick in your little picks and locks over through the tumblers. You hear a click, for you hear a crack. Seems like you were able to get one of the tumblers for a second, and then you just shifted the wrong way, and it just came back down.
Oh.
Okay. Can Mage Hand use Thieves' Tools?
Sure,
I have a one sleight of hand.
but I'll say that it's going to be at disadvantage for like the finite movements and the steady movements that you would need to make.
Okay, so it would probably be better for me to just try it again with a higher DC then.
I will ready healing word then.
Wait a minute. I still have 3 keys. They're probably not gonna work, but I want to try those out before I try
Sure.
Thieves' Tools again.
Yeah, you can try to look at all the keys that you had collected. I think the 2 off of the bandits and then the 1 off of the,
That's right.
the
I
wall.
actually distinctly remember you asking her. It's like, do you want to just take the 1 or do you want to take the ball?
We took
Yeah,
'em all.
so-
Oh, and I actually remember that. So maybe
Yeah,
now
all
it's-
3 that were on the wall were identical. They were all
Yeah.
used for the cells and for the
Yeah, I have
door
one-
leading
I
to
have
the
one
bit
with the other
one.
to Sunny. As you're taking a look at them all, looking at the keyhole in the middle of the chest, you see that they're all far, far too big.
All right. I guess I'll give Thieves' Tools one more go.
Sure.
Although I'm not that hopeful.
Go ahead, hit. So much suspense.
Like that one episode of Critical Role that was playing when I walked in where they got just above, they got a 26 and that was just
Okay.
enough.
Mhm.
Okay, with a 15. You just like ready yourself. Take a deep breath and you begin to fiddle with the lock again. You hear the first click as you get the first tumbler and you're just moving around, making sure not to make the same kind of like circular motion you made last time. You hear a second click. And you see like some of the tension of the lid of the chest begins
Bearings, I
to
guess, eh?
drop. And it kind of springs up a little bit.
Okay. I am gonna get the fuck back to where I was standing before and ready my chill touch so that the mage hand can open it all the way.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily just make your way back, just walking back. Scoot back to wherever you want to be, by the mirror, I guess.
Yeah.
Really? You've had a mage hand
Yeah.
ready the whole time, right beside Sev. You can just scoot it on over, begin to lift the chest up. Chest is now open. You hear like the slight creak of the wood as it just rubs against each other.
So, nothing happened?
The chest is
Do
open.
you want to use the mage hand to feel around and gradually pick up what's in it?
Yeah? That might be a
I
good
mean,
idea.
you know what? I mean, sure, why not?
Okay. So as the mage hand goes into the chest, right, like the lid is open, it's been propped open. The hand is descending into the chest.
This is a chest of holding, isn't it?
As the hand is descending into the chest, the wails from the mirror begin to just explode and
Oh,
fill the room. And as all of you are just like looking around, Sev being right by the mirror,
Oh, great.
you look back around and you just see bodies. What seem to be bodies, like formless, like bottom halfless ghosts swarming
what was I
through the
just saying?
mirror.
Through the mirror? As in
Like
they're coming
coming
out?
out?
the mirror?
Not coming out through the mirror, just like around the room in the mirror.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
In the dark version of the room, got it.
Yeah. Like I said, like
okay.
there is like a little bit of light in the mirror room, but it's definitely darker.
Now here's a question: when Sev was looking back there, could she see Mage Hand?
Well, the mage hand is in
No.
the chest. So.
Yeah, I just was double checking that the chest doesn't lead directly to the mirror room.
Yeah, no. If Sev would have been like walking around like when she was walking back to where she was and like noticed the chest in the mirror, there would have been no trace of the mage hand.
Okay.
You don't
Reese says
think
quietly
they
to
dump the bodies in that chest, do you?
Well, sure seems that way. I
That
guess.
would explain why the trail stopped there.
All right. Well.
Okay, I'm gonna dispel Mage Hand then. Just...
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go just look inside the chest without touching anything. See if I can.
Let's tie some rope around you just to make sure you don't
Yeah.
get sucked in or something.
Great idea.
Okay.
Reese says ominously to whoever will listen. Not all treasures are worth it.
At this point, I don't think there's treasures in there. I'm just curious as to what's going on.
So I'm gonna tie a bit of rope around me with a little bit of slack
Okay.
because I plan on doing something just in case she does happen to get stuck.
Okay.
All right.
And tie the other end around her.
Yeah.
Sure. You can easily take the
Sorry,
time
guys.
to do that and make sure it's all nice and taut before heading over. Sev, you walk over to the chest. You see it's got like the open lid. You look down, rummaging through. You see like all these nice clothes. Coats similar to what you saw on the captain, a nice like frilly shirt, some very nice pants. They kind of look like they're military-esque. Maybe something that like an officer would wear to like a formal event. I see some like very nice, shiny, polished boots.
So you're saying this chest is just the guy's clothes?
Yeah.
Or someone's clothes, but probably his clothes.
Can you speak with your patron for a moment? I had a thought.
What would that be?
Given the reaction of the mirrors, do you think maybe that he exchanged people's souls for everything in this room?
I could ask him that.
Or if even such a deal is possible?
Okay. Pop back into my headspace. So, my friend has a question. Would it be possible for the man whose room this was to have exchanged people's souls in exchange for the things in this room?
I suppose it's possible.
Because we just tried to put a mage hand in this chest, and suddenly we were able to see ghosts in the mirror.
Why did you put a mage's hand in the chest?
No, not a mage's hand, a spectral hand, a summoned hand.
I see.
Don't worry, I know.
And you said ghosts appeared in the mirror.
Yes.
What have you seen in the mirror?
In the mirror, we see a reflection of this room. However, there are no light sources, and we cannot see our own reflections. We can hear the wails of those trapped, and I tried poking at some of the gems embedded in the mirror, and that just made the screams louder.
And you said the ghosts didn't appear
Not
until the
until-
chest was opened.
Yes, but not until the spectral hand was put into the chest.
It sounds to me as if they had been stored inside the chest.
Well, the strange thing is, I'm looking in the chest now, and I see clothes that likely belonged to the captain who lived here. So,
Are you in the mirror?
am I in the mirror? I look up.
Oh no. What have we done?
What do I see?
I mean, everything's like just kind of gray around you as you're communicating with Amal.
Okay, but like, does it look like it's? I still see the rest of the party. They're still standing there.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm in the mirror. I mean, I see my companions, and I wouldn't be able to see them if I was in the mirror. I've not touched anything in the chest.
Then how can you know the mirror holds the same chest?
What do you mean?
If the ghosts only appeared once the chest was opened, to me, it sounds like the chest was holding the ghosts.
So you think that we just let the ghosts out?
It's all I know. It's all it sounds like to me. If there's nothing else the rest of your fine party has done, I don't know what else to tell you.
So you think that we are all in the mirror now?
I
Can Reese hear this?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
This is happening like split second.
On my head.
If you can still see the ghosts on the other side of the mirror, I don't believe you've gone anywhere.
Yes. But opening the chest released the ghosts on their side of the mirror.
That's what it seems like to me.
Interesting. So, what is the deal with the clothes that are in the chest on our side here?
Probably just some clothes.
Alright, I have another theory I want to test, and I will let you know what happens.
Gray
Alright.
starts to fade. Room begins to come back.
So, Amol thinks that, by opening the chest, we release the ghosts on their side in the mirror.
Like some kind of multi-layered prison.
Yes.
It would make sense that since shooting an arrow into the floor in this room released an arrow into the other room, that moving the chest, opening the chest on our side also opened the chest on their side.
Yes. So, first of all, a theory. Rayleigh, could you please have your mage hand remove the clothes from this chest? I frankly don't want any of us to actually go in there.
You know what? Sure, just to try and figure out what's going on.
Maybe your servant can assist as well.
I don't remember if I cast him today. If I
Yeah.
did,
Oh,
then no.
yeah.
I don't
yeah,
thi-
you
I don't-
did.
Yeah, you did.
In the mix.
Yeah, for
Oh,
mimic.
okay,
So no,
okay.
only mage hand.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so yeah, just have the mage hand like throw the clothes out of the chest.
Yeah, you can finagle the mage hand over. And as you like begin to see the hand go back over, reach down into the chest once again. It's pulling out all these different pieces of fabric. You've got like a coat, you've got a nice frilly shirt, you've got some like very nice pairs of pants, you've got some like very like thigh-high, like thin, kind of like dress socks.
Is the chest like a TARDIS, or would it reasonably be filled with this amount of clothing from its size?
It's definitely like reasonable. Like they're all like nicely folded, like all like very flat. They're just all on top of each other. Like looking into it doesn't seem like there's anything.
It's not like a bigger dimension in there
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You pull out the boots, like the nicely polished boots. You pull out a small like tied up cloth. It's got like a good bit of weight to it. And like as you're looking around, like you can see that as soon as the hand rises, you don't see anything resembling the hand in the mirror. But you do see the items being lifted out of the chest, dropped on the floor, lifted out of the chest, dropped on the floor.
What's the tied up cloth? I want to investigate that.
And can I see the same items in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so it didn't
these
look like something
items
different on the other side.
are fetters for the ghosts on the other side.
I do want to say something else that that when Locke was searching around, the trails seemed to start around here. So there could be something under the carpet.
Yeah, worth investigating. I do want to see what's in this tied up bit of cloth.
Sure. So say if you can go like reach for the cloth and untie it. It's just a like really simple knot. As the cloth like unfolds in your hand, you see about 10 or 12 like small little like iron balls.
Oh.
Perhaps Are you able to skim through that book? Maybe this is some sort of initiate spell for some kind of infernal pact.
Did I like glean any? I mean, because I thought before when I was reading through the book, it was just the same sort of like summoning spell as the papers downstairs said.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, the book is basically just the same concept of a summoning spell as the papers we found downstairs.
No. Okay.
So, nothing.
I want to ask if I can try something that's a bit bizarre, but I'm not sure if it works or not.
Curious what this is.
So I can cast Mage Hand within 30 feet. I mean, from within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
If I tried to cast it Mage Hand into the dark room on the mirror, what would happen?
As you try to like summon forth the mage hand into the room, you try to like draw upon the same energies and manifest the hand, but you don't see anything up here, like in the mirror.
I see. Does the Mage Hand appear anywhere, or is it just like nothing happened?
Nothing happened. All I can tell is like the one that you had summoned that was hanging out by the chest just kind of goes poof, and you don't feel the same kind of like sensation of a new one.
Okay.
I'm going to pocket the iron balls in the little cloth, and I am also going to take one of the various books that isn't the infernal book. I'm going to take one of those books and try dropping it into the now empty chest.
Okay. You take one of the books off the shelf. You just go drop, and you hear the sound of the book just plop down on the base of the chest.
Okay, well. Huh.
All the while, like, would anyone be looking into the mirror as this is happening?
I mean, I was just looking in the mirror because of Mage Hand, so.
Cool. So as you're like trying to see if your mage hand appears on the other side, you see Seb like walking back and forth over to the chest, and then like getting the book off the shelf, walking back down to the chest, and you see just like several of the ghostly bodies begin to like manifest themselves around her and like huddle around Seb as she's walking over to the chest, and just kind of like dissipates through them, and you can see that like, their forms just kind of like poof out for a couple seconds before reforming.
Are they?
I do have questions. First of all, when I look in the mirror, do I see Sev?
No, sorry, I probably should have rephrased that.
Yeah,
Where
that
Sev
I
is
was
walking, you see the forms affected as if something was walking through them.
Okay.
You see
My
them
apologies.
where you know I am. because
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what
hear
I was
me.
trying to get at.
Yeah. So Sev appears to be able to interact with the ghost on the other side of the room, and my arrow appeared to cause some kind of spiritual sparks to appear on the other side too.
All right, well, let's check under the carpet here.
Sure, you can go ahead, lift the carpet up. I see a couple of like dust prints or like dirt prints of the boot prints they had seen earlier, but nothing else really. It just seems like this might have been a place where whoever was staying here would stand and like look into the mirror somewhat regularly.
I want to ponder changelings and think about if there's anything about changeling lore that they somehow dispose of bodies just to take on the form of who they want to appear like.
don't know the answer to that. Roll me a history.
Sure. I'm only doing this just because, like, Sev and I pondered changelings, and it just happened to come up on a good roll.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, with a 15, you realize that changelings kind of have an ability similar to what you've learned in Harness through your druidship. In that the second they see or conjure something, they would be able to morph into something that looks very similar to that. They don't necessarily need to dispose and take the place of the thing they see. Although you're certain, like, you could hear a couple of stories that would end up that way, but you think they might be mostly like propaganda against or in warning of these like stories from myth and legends.
Okay.
I want to ask Gail something too. Actually, never mind. I don't think it would be able to tell. But if he did look into the mirror and looked at the darkness, could he tell if the darkness looked magical, or would it just be that the mirror is magical, so you couldn't tell the difference?
I just had an idea.
Because I have a drift globe.
And I was about to say I wanted to cast dancing lights and see if that shows up.
Okay. Sev, as you begin to like look back around and you just like snap your fingers, I have an idea. You see these lights up here all around you and like just encompassing your body. They do not appear in the mirror.
Oh.
Okay.
Dale,
Should
at
I
some
try the
point-
drift globe in case it dispels darkness?
Sure, if you wanted to use like the light feature or the daylight feature, it shines bright in this small
Shield
contained
my
room
eyes.
in here. But it does
Yeah,
not get any brighter in the mirror.
Okay, and just real quick, Sev, have your eyes. I'm gonna drop the drift globe into the chest for a moment
Okay.
Okay.
and see if that changes anything
Use your
on
mage
the other
hand.
side.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
lower
yeah, I
it.
get-
and-
Sure, you can summon forth another mage hand and like place the drift globe on top of it and just see like underhand like just move on over, begin to just descend down into the chest. And the the drift globe, still bright as hell, just begins to be dropped and dropped and dropped. You hear a little poof as it lands on top of the book, and you hear the drift globe like rolling over, a little clunk onto the actual base of the chest. No effect in the mirror.
Anything in the mirror. All right,
Okay.
well,
Then
should
I'm
probably
gonna take the drift globe
take
out
it,
of the
yeah.
chest with mage hand and then just put it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah, you can like dispel the light effect. Not a problem.
Yeah, and if we
Okay.
need to do it again, then I do have another drift globe.
I'm going to try something crazy. I'm going to pull out one of my quarterstaffs
Okay.
and tap the mirror
Yeah.
Okay.
from, like, the absolute maximum distance I can get myself and my
So
staff.
you're like you're
fair.
trying to like extend yourself and like tap with the very
Yeah.
ends. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all remember Finding Nemo
Yeah.
and
Is this
the
a touch the butt moment?
and, and the wonderful, wonderful child
Darla.
known as Darla. Gail,
Oh God,
as
I'm tapping the fishies.
as you're beginning to like just like get the reach for the end of your staff and like just like try to balance and finagle and just poke the mirror
They do not like it.
amid all the wailing that's just kind of like been muffled around. It's kind of increased in density, not quite volume, but density and frequency. they kind of just like stop moving around the room. And they just begin to look directly towards the mirror. Just stopped.
Hello?
Oh god.
Do you call out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're stopping and they're paying attention to us, I guess I'll say hello.
I'm gonna try to cast a message into one of their minds. Since, you know, I can see them and they're technically within range, I don't think it's gonna work considering Mage Hand not being able to go through the mirror, but I'm gonna try casting message into one of their minds. Can you hear me?
Sure. So as you, amid Gale asking hello, looking directly into the mirror, one of the forms begins to like float on by up to the mirror. And now in like this seems distorted, as if like he's phasing in and out. Has the face of like a younger kid, the face and like body of a younger kid, maybe 10, 11, 12 years old. Just pale white, bit of like a black outline, black like shadow to him. That's just kind of like phasing back and forth. And it begins to approach the mirror, looking directly into Gale. And so you begin to cast out with your message. You hear nothing in response.
Okay.
However, as the boy is looking at Gale, you all begin to hear, somewhat muffled now, hello? Can
Yeah.
you
Hi.
see us?
We can see you, and when we touch the mirror, we can definitely hear all of you crying out. We just have no idea what this mirror is supposed to be and who all of you are.
We don't know.
None of you know how you got in there?
We've just been here.
Dale just says, or sorry, Reese just says, "Can you describe what you see?"
I see all of you. It looks like this room, but not.
Everyone close your eyes.
I
Reese,
close my eyes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'll close my eyes, sure, whatever.
Reese just asks, "Are any of you wounded?"
Just holds up his hands. I think we're a bit beyond wounded.
Can you look in the chest and see if you can find a book in there?
Nods, begins to like float on back over to
I
the.
wouldn't know that he's nodding because my eyes are closed, but yeah.
Okay. The ghostly boy nods, floats on back to the chest, takes a look around, comes back. No, it's empty.
Do you see this room where you are?
A faint shape.
Is there more than just this room where you are?
I mean, I can see all of you. You're clear, but everything else is fuzzy.
You can see us through the mirror.
What do you see behind you, away from the mirror?
It's the room.
Hmm.
Kind of like Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass sort of thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Can
what he's trying to figure out is if he can see the next room over that we came from to get into this room.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
Oh, if they can like go down the stairs.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe exit the dungeon into a mirror world or something, literally.
Gotcha. So if you want to ask him that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Is there any Star Trek Next Generation fans here at all?
Not
Mirror universe.
Little bit.
I can't help. I can't get this image out of my head. I just gotta get it out. I just keep thinking of like, if this were a Star Trek episode, I could just see Worf, if you guys know who that is, just trying to get his 2 cents in, and he's just like, "Well, perhaps if we break the mirrors." Like
I'd
he's
buy
always
it.
doing the destructive, like quick fix solution, and no one ever takes his advice.
I
He
love
always wants
Worf.
to do like the most destructive thing. It just
Yeah.
reminds me of that. Right
Now, we tampered a little bit with the mirror earlier. Did that hurt any of you? Do you know how many of you there are in there? So far, you're the only one who's been communicating with us.
Messed with the gems before the chest was open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when we first heard cries of despair. And basically what I want to know is if they...
Well, they were
Were
always
they
were
present. They
louder.
just grew louder, unmuffled, like clear,
Okay.
when the gems were held or like touched or whatever. But yeah, as the boy looks around, no, it's just this room. All these walls.
I'm gonna try casting dancing lights again and ask, can you see the lights that I just made?
Just shakes his head.
Was there a
Okay,
man with a fancy hat who would look in this mirror? What did he do to you?
We're just gonna point back to all the like 15, 16, 17 forms behind him.
Are they not able to speak?
Oh, they can.
Any information you could give us to help you could help, no matter how insignificant it might seem. If anyone wants to come forward, like...
Reese just says aloud with kind of a tone of desperation. He's like, I have divine sense also. Like, just to see if that would reveal anything. But I still don't myself know exactly what it does. I just thought I'd point that out that I have that. I don't know if that applies right now.
Yeah.
There could be a deity or fiend attached to it, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
Excuse me.
I don't know how it works personally.
Detect
but...
such forces. Yeah, this description always kind of throws me off.
Is it a spell?
No, it's
Presence of strong evil registers on your senses.
It's a class feature that lets you know if specific types, creature types are.
Oh, right. Okay,
Are
so
in
yeah,
the
that's
area.
not really applicable. Okay, never mind. I remember that now.
But
Does the mirror look particularly heavy?
That's
not any more heavy than like a normal bedroom mirror would be.
Like a full, it's like basically like a full-length mirror on like a stand or something, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to go try poking one of the gems again
Okay.
with the dagger.
Okay, so you can like finagle your
How
way
close
back.
is he
We're
to the
about
mirror,
to
Dale?
do something. Let us know if this somehow harms you in any way.
Okay. The boy's roughly about like 5 feet away from the mirror, like the same kind of like rough distance that all of you are.
Okay. Can I try something?
Yeah. What's up?
Can I ask him to put his hand to the mirror? Like touch the mirror?
Okay. Yeah. If you want to push up and try to like move closer, put your hand to the mirror, you'll see
Yeah.
that like he's like, okay, begins to press his hand up to where yours would be. All you feel is like the glass of the mirror.
Okay, so no change when he puts his hand there. Like there's no sensual change at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I ask him, can you feel that at all?
And as Sev is like messing with the gems in the back of the mirror now,
I'm
as she
going to look at all the clothes. Sorry, I'll let you finish what you're doing.
no worries.
Yeah, forget a light bulb. Gotta go with it.
Yeah,
I was just gonna ask, are they fitted for roughly the body that we just dispatched, or are they all different sizes?
they definitely look very tailored and suited for one person.
Okay, all right.
You could assume
So
that
much
like
for
from the
that.
attire that you would see the captain in before.
It's probably his
it-
clothes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Dale, these kids here, like, are they spectral? Like, are they
Yes.
walking on the ground, or are they kind
So
of floating around?
their like top halves are humanoid, but they go into like this like stereotypical like ghost trail for their bottom halves.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what happens when I poke the gem?
So as you poke the gem, bring your dagger back out and just like apply and touch it. I feel like the boy is gonna respond back to Reese, and this is gonna be like in crystal clear. No more like 1920s, 1930s like radio muffle. This is it sounds like he's in the room with you essentially. And it just says, No, didn't feel anything."
Okay, because when we do that, you sound less muffled.
His voice was clearer when she touched the gem. Did I get that
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
While there's something like pressed on the gem, sounds clear.
Do we sound clearer?
No, you always sound clear.
Hmm.
This is exactly what I went through with my Bluetooth headphones mic.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome to the
Pressing
inspiration.
buttons and everything. Yeah. I can get it from all places, I guess.
Lord. I believe someone had asked why the other forms were there, like what they had to do with the fancy hat man. Am I remembering
Yeah,
right?
I asked that.
Okay. I don't want to miss anything. Boy's gonna respond and just like motion back to the rest of the forms behind him. They were brought here by him.
Reese
So-
just asks, are you in any pain? Can you feel anything?
Now I kind of have a dark question. Do they look like the guards we might have taken out?
No, they as like you begin to like peer closer into the mirror, they all look relatively young.
So they're all just kids. Okay, that was my next question.
Do they
Okay.
all look like Sonny Boyton and like the kid that we rescued? Like, do they all fit that profile?
They're all like pretty muted and either like gray or whites with like black outlines that's kind of like phasing back and forth. So you can't tell like hair color or eye color or skin color or anything. They are all human looking and they all look to
Do
be
they all
between
have
the
like
ages.
distinctly different appearances where like it looks like they're things that had a life at some point and like
They do all look like
hairstyles and-
distinctly different. They do not
Okay.
look like the same beings. They don't look like anything that you've or anyone that you might have seen before.
Hmm.
They do all look again like relatively young on like the 10, 11, 12 maybe 14 if looking like really, really young. Like
Do they
all
all
within
have
that age
similar
range.
features, though? Like, not that they would be carbon copies of each other, but like, would they kind of look like,
The guy
Hollywood
had a
casting
type
hall?
of kid he was looking for.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
Reese just says that I think we're getting close to figuring out what his agenda was with capturing all these people. I think these are previous captives that were
Yeah.
put into this state.
As I keep the dagger on the gem, I'm going to ask the boy, "What is your name?"
I don't know.
Don't know. Do you have any memory of your time before being here?
I
What year is it?
just remember a flash. And then room.
I'm going to take the Infernal book. Am I correct in remembering that you said that the symbol with the circles was in there somewhere in the book?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna open the book and open it to a page with the symbol and show it. Keeping my eyes closed, but showing it to the boy. Does this look familiar to you?
It looks fancy.
That's a no.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think we should try and take this back to town with us? Maybe the magic shop might have some insights as to what we can do.
Would taking the mirror too far away from the treasure or the fortress like break its connection?
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't know.
both.
I mean, I think that if we do that, we should ask for the people in the mirror, and we should hope that more than just the kid talks up, because I feel like that's pretty important.
Yeah, like, seriously, guys, say something.
Well, I guess we're all kids, right?
Yeah.
I guess he's just like the representative of the group.
Yes, I'm class president. Hello.
But, like, that was a serious question that I asked. Like, what year does the kid think it is? If he doesn't know.
I don't know the year. I
You may
mean,
not even know what a year is.
it
Fair.
feels like eternity in here. I don't.
Would you?
He's retained basic concepts of life,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
had his memories eradicated.
Yep.
So, could I just ask him, like, what would you want more than anything right now?
He begins to just kind of avert his gaze for the first time from all of you. He's being like, look down to the ground, look around, forward, quietly. Let's move on.
Well, let's do that then.
If
He
only we
means
had a holy
he might
book.
mean move on to another life, like he's in
Yeah.
what is that called?
Complete and utter limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that called? The Catholic faith.
Purgatory.
Yeah, that's it.
I, in theory, could help you move on, but for one thing, I don't have the materials, and for another thing, I don't know if it will even reach you in there. But would you be alright if we moved this mirror back to town with us so we could see if someone else could help us?
And actually, would you move with the mirror, or are you attached to the mirror, or are you attached to the room?
There's only one way to find out.
Dale, can you quickly glance at my features and traits being of religious order, and see if any of that could help facilitate a passing
Uh,
where they want to go.
um,
Not saying we're gonna do it, but just if the time comes.
what do you want me to go try to see?
Well, on the character sheet, the features and traits, like for example, there's I saw it earlier. It says shelter of the faithful. You command the respect of those who share your faith, and you can perform the religious ceremonies of your deity. You and your adventuring companions can expect to receive healing at the temple, shrine, or other established presence of your faith. Could that include helping them pass on to where they need to go? Like, is that
I
within
feel
my
like
orders?
I feel like your background and my background combined, we could probably figure out how to do it. It's just
Yeah, we just don't want to rush into it just yet.
I would
Yeah,
say
and
that like you have the feeling that you're not quite in the same realm, but if they
Okay.
were and you like shared the same space, you most certainly could.
yeah.
So I should probably check under the carpet and
We did.
the bed. Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't anything of note under the carpet or anything. It just like lifting the bottom right corner up. You saw like this is where there were a lot of like a collection of boot prints and like other footprints, and it seemed like this is a place where the, I mean, I guess you'll assume this is the captain's quarters, right? This is where he would have like been looking into the mirror, and doing whatever it was.
So the only thing left for them to know in this state is this vague primal sense of needing to move on. They didn't mention to come back. They said to move forward, to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Tormented souls, basically.
so I guess we'll have to. Well, first we should see if this mirror can even be physically moved.
Okay.
All right. I guess.
And that's
And
not
it's
gonna
got to
be-
stay intact the whole time.
Yeah.
Cover it with a blanket,
So
maybe.
see if one of you guys can pick it up. Not gonna be me though. I'm not strong enough for that.
I mean, my
Yeah, I think-
strength is shit, but like I'll grab one side with someone else.
Yeah, my strength, I remember, was high. Let me double. Oh, no, it's only a 3, but that's okay.
I mean, that's
Terrible.
good. That's better than the rest of us, probably.
Yeah,
So
what-
I
what do you
have I have a 5 athletics and a 3 strength. So that should be...
You're good.
I mean, this is a mirror. It is not heavy. Like between the like two people, like having one head
Okay.
one side, it's not gonna be a problem to try to carry.
I guess maybe we can take the bed sheets and wrap the mirror up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's communicate to them that that's what we're doing, and then like if there's any reaction of them when blanket goes over top, like any reaction at all that seems like it's less than desired for them, we just keep observant of that, I guess.
Okay. As you all mention your plan, you're gonna try moving the mirrors, see if that's gonna somehow help or affect anything, or they can try to get them out. You just see the boy begin to nod, like, and to speak back to some of the other forums. They're gonna try to let us go. You hear like some like faint like gasps and cheering. I assume like Sev at this point, like as you're like picking up the mirror, you're taking whatever like you had applied to the gem off.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, amid like the cheering, like it's gonna turn kind of muffled once again, so there's some like old timey filter over it. As you all begin to like flip over the mirror, hold it beneath like one arm, maybe lay it on the bed. You can like tie it up in some sheets, and begin to grab it once again.
All right.
Would it
well,
fit in the cart?
probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
almost sounds like this is like the epilogue of this particular story. Like we've defeated the guy, we rescued, and these are sort of just the
Victims, maybe.
yeah that we just got to set free and kind of
Yeah.
call it to rest.
We need to bring the chest too. So
Well, that's easy enough. Does the chest look particularly heavy? Is it big
It's-
enough for one person to carry, or
It's a solid, like, wooden chest. It's not as big as the mimics. It's a bit smaller. It is, like, rather long, though. But, like, it is a, I don't know, like, shorter chest. Someone could, like, easily handle it with, like, just laying across their arms, both arms.
Okay. All right.
Especially
then,
now that it's, like, empty. It's, like, it doesn't really weigh a whole lot.
Okay.
I am looking at Locke's strength, and it is 12.
Okay.
Not sure exactly how a wolf can pull or carry things, but
Huh.
that is worth noting.
If you wanted to, like, try to attach it to, like, Locke's waist and have him, like, walk around and dragging something with him, I mean, sure.
Actually, I can do one better. Would the hallways and everything accommodate a beast of burden, like
Like an
a
ox?
donkey, let's say?
Donkey probably.
Donkey. Okay.
What you could do too is you could turn
Probably.
into a wolf as well, and you could like. You could
Double.
put, like, a
Exactly. I
rig
was
that, like, carries
thinking,
it between them.
maybe I'll be a mule for the next like half hour or so, and
Yeah, just until we. Can
Yeah,
get
that's
everything else
probably
with us.
better.
okay.
Okay. Mule Gale.
Let me just see if there is like a mule sheet.
Can
I know there's a cow sheet, but like that might be too big.
Before we go, I do want to check the bed real quick to see if there's anything there, if it looks important.
Yeah, I feel like kind of while they're tying stuff up and everything, I kind of just want to do another once over, like make sure there's nothing super important that we may have missed or anything.
Sure. I mean, as you begin to, like, look over the bed, nothing, like, out of the ordinary strikes you. It's like it's a very well-made bed. Like, they got some, like, very, like, fluffy, nice, puffed-up pillows.
Sev is gonna look fondly like, I would have loved to steal from this man in another world.
Sure.
I mean, we already kind of did.
I more so mean, you know, in a different life where all I had to gain from him was money, but unfortunately we seem to have other burdens to take.
All right. Well, yeah. No, as you're
So I have the carrying capacity of a large animal, whatever that means. But I guess at Sev saying burden, Gale turns into a donkey.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah, your forms, you just begin to, like, kind of hunch over and your, like, forearms extend down, your back legs grow, and you just start hee-hawing around.
I'm gonna go, so I'm just gonna, pat Donkey Gale on the head. I much prefer this form over the spider.
All right.
I guess
Well,
I just patiently wait for the chest to be put on my back.
Yeah.
yeah, you can, like, lift the chest up, place it on the back, and just keep, like, one hand on the chest so it doesn't fall off, and you're
Probably,
good to go.
tie it to
Yeah,
secure it.
okay.
And
So
we have-
I'll pick it up and put it on his back, and then just keep it steady.
Yeah, all good to go.
All right. Let's move on out of here then.
Good thing I saved that point then, so that we can take our shit out. We're
All
taking
right.
the clothes, right?
Okay, if you wanted to put the
I'll-
clothes back in the chest,
everything.
sure.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, ha, he, ha, ha.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. We can do that real quick.
Yeah, I mean that's if you want to put everything that was in there back, yeah, sure. Okay. Chest is on Donkey Gale. You finish wrapping up the mirror and you all begin to approach. How are y'all leaving? Like, in what order are y'all leaving? So I know how to, like, think about things.
Well, I
Uh,
have to leave with Gale because I'm holding the chest
Yeah.
on top of
Sure.
him.
Am I
Locke
carrying
would
the
probably
mirror?
be behind Gale and me.
I guess
Where would everybody else be?
I can take up the lead to make sure I can push things out of the way if there's anything in the way. clear the path, considering I'm not going to be very helpful for carrying stuff.
I guess that leaves Reese carrying the mirror in the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Sev, you make your way out towards the entry of the room, down the stairs, and you're guiding Rayleigh and Mule Gale down the stairs, that they just slowly take their time, making sure not to fall. There's like a little jiggle of the chest, but Rayleigh's got his hand on it, hand on the wall, making sure everything's all good to go. And they just start beginning to like round the corner. And Reese, you have like the bundle of
Mirror.
the mirror like under your arm, just carrying with both hands, making sure that it's not gonna fall or anything. And the second that like you walk out past the entryway, foot on the stairs, you hear a crack
Oh no.
come from
Oh,
your
no.
side.
Damn it, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I stop right there, go back in the fortress to prevent any further cracking, take the blanket off and look at it and see what's going on.
So as you set the mirror back up on like its legs, and you untie the cloth and it falls down, you just hear the shatter of all the glass rain down to the ground, and you just see a slab of wood in a frame before you.
Well,
Okay, so
God damn it.
let's look at the pieces and
Yeah.
see what we see in the pieces. Does it look like a normal mirror now?
Reese takes the
or-
two biggest pieces and puts them together, like properly,
Eh.
just to see if we could still see what's going on.
Sure, it's like
and
you
if
try to
so,
like fish around.
Maybe it's a.
Yeah.
Maybe we freed them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Worf's idea was right.
So you can look for like two of the largest pieces that like go together, like just have like some good bit of reflection. As you take a piece up, you see that before you is like a shiny pile of reflective glass, reflecting the light before you. And as you begin to like take a piece up and look at it, you see your reflection back.
okay.
So
I
it's
am
a
going-
mundane mirror now.
I'm going to check out the gems that were on the back.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, and
We may be able to put it all back together.
Yeah, I guess I'll take some of the cloth and wrap it around some of the pieces of a mirror and take it with us.
Well, can
Yeah.
we?
If
Should
only
we
I knew
piece it back
men.
together in the castle? Because it seems like there's some sort of protective force that was triggered when we left.
Well,
I mean, do
let
you
me-
want to put them back together in the room and see if it does anything, and then just put it all back in the bag?
let me
'Cause I'm
poke
assuming
the
it won't.
gem. Let me see if poking the gem does anything.
All right.
Yeah,
So
any kind of reassembling I'd like to try first here, and then also like do some sort of magic scan, for lack of a better phrase, to see if there's some sort of noticeable, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Aura that we pass through that would cause something like that.
sure, I will say that when Gale had detect magic up earlier, he didn't see that there was any sort of like aura or anything around
Oh, you did that already.
the
Oh,
room. Just that the mirror itself had some sort of something on it.
Yep, I knew it.
Yeah, you all can like guide Gale down to the base of the stairs, just holding the chest on his back, and like just like park up against him on the wall, like Bray. Bree?
Yes, Bray.
Bray.
Oh,
Kind of with a bit of sass. As Seven really make your way back upstairs, you all can try to piece the
Wait, the
glass
gem.
together. I know. Before we get in there though, like Sev, you can like flip the frame around and take a look at the gems, and their glow is gone.
Oh.
They seem fractured
Oh.
and like split in the like inlay of the wood where they were set.
I guess
Can
we
I,
fucked up.
Yeah. Can I pull the gems out then and hold them?
I mean,
They're firmly set in. Like you're trying to like
They're
grasp
so-
at them, and you can't like pull them out.
Dale, you said there was a room of mirrors. Is
whether
there
we
other
messed
mirrors?
up or not, I'm not sure. I mean,
I don't think we can put this back together. The gems are broken. That's
Dale, did you say there are other mirrors?
there's
there?
two possibilities. One, we just trapped them in the room. 2, when the mirror shattered, they got free.
I mean,
And we don't have any way of proving one way or the other, so I'd like option 2.
Dale?
There are no other mirrors.
Okay. Well, that's it then, I guess.
Oh, yeah, there would have been like the tiny like little fragments, and if you wanted to, like you could try to piece them back together, spend the next like 20 minutes going through like all the pieces, or at least like a good like portion, but it just looks like a normal mundane mirror now.
with the gems being broken,
Damn.
now is it possible to maybe like break the sections of the wood that are housing the gems and just take those?
If you wanted to try to dismantle the mirror, sure.
Because, I mean, the gems were what was holding them. I feel like the mirror itself was just a way to see them, but they were housed in the gems themselves.
So
Yeah,
I
and
do
it
want to
was like
see.
it was like a trapping spell that we broke by leaving the. Maybe we just set them free. Yeah, that'd be
I'm
nice.
pretty sure that, yeah.
I do want to say though that I would like to look at the backs of the pieces of mirror to see if there's anything written on any of them.
Yeah?
Nope. It's just like a what's on the back of a mirror? I've never seen a shattered mirror before. I assume
I
that
don't
like
know
there's
what
some
mirrors
sort of
would
like
look like back then, but I worked with glass and mirror repair with my dad. It's like a very thin, sort of film surface.
that.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
yeah.
was thinking like there'd be some sort of adhesive of some kind,
Yeah.
that like forms some kind of film or layer, that now like they're separated from the frame. They've kind of like dried over, so like it feels like kind of papery to the touch.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the different pieces of mirror and put it in my bag.
Yeah, I was actually gonna just take like the biggest piece that might be like the size of my face and put it in my bag. But if you're gonna take them all, that's fine.
Okay. Sure, you can
Yeah,
pick
I'm
up the
gonna-
pieces.
I'm gonna take the gems or the whatever chunks are the gems are being housed in. What kind of gems are they though? What do they look like?
They look blue.
Blue.
I thought for some reason I thought they were red. I don't know why I had red in my head. Right. Never said the red.
I don't think so. Not as far as I remember. I don't think that we've seen red gems outside of the candy.
I just filled that in on my own, I guess.
Sometimes we do that.
How are you planning on like removing the gems from the frame?
With my dagger?
And since we're
That'd be
here,
difficult.
back in the room,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and tie a rope around the bottom of the around one of the bed's legs, and just pull the bed to a different part of a room with me and Locke.
Okay.
Okay.
You do have a
Uh,
donkey with you too. I mean,
Yeah.
hee-haw.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. So I guess I'll try and get Gail to help me pull.
Okay. Okay. You can try to. You can like take the chest off of Donkey Gale, lead him back up the stairs, back around the corner, into the room. Tie the rope around the bed and onto Gale as he just like pulls it with him. And you can see like a bit of the rug is like moved with the bed just off the wall and like halfway across the floor.
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure that there wasn't anything weird directly under the bed, under the rug. So I'm gonna move the rug out of the way too, just to double check.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, as you're trying to like remove everything, you just see the same like kind of cracked, like grid-like stone pavements, a bit of dust as if it looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a very long time, but nothing suspicious or out of place.
Okay. Just figured it was the most suspicious part of this room now, so I need to double check.
Yeah.
Sure. Seth, can I get a dex check?
Oh boy.
I'm just thinking because like these are like firmly
I know.
planted in the frames. Like I'm thinking like you
I
can try to like
can't do it.
finagle your dagger or something inside it to like try to get him out, but
If I can't do it, I can get Rayleigh to help me. Oh, well, that's not bad.
okay. With the
I mean, okay, but to be fair though, like this is Sev who very likely will have had experience like digging gems out of things while stealing them before.
Sure. So with a 19, say that you're able to get 2 of them out, like the top 2 out.
Mhm.
They're split in half, right? So what seemed to be
Right.
like a semicircle, kind of like a shaped semicircle,
Mhm.
they're now hemispheres.
Yeah.
Essentially, whatever whatever. Um, so you have like the 4 different pieces. The others are just cracked beyond all sort of like recognition as they like trying to finagle them out. You just see like bits of like chips, like little
Mhm.
pellets of previous past gem kind of come out as you're trying to wiggle it through.
All right. Well, I will pocket these.
Sure. Anything else I
I
want to do?
think we're good to go.
All right. So you can untie the rope around Gale once again. Everyone goes back downstairs. You can load Gale back up. Make your way out towards the entrance.
Mhm.
Oh boy, and that brings us back outside. You all can see fresh air, sunlight. You got like a nice like breeze rolling past you. You see Emily just kind of like kicking back in the driver's seat on the carts. And through like one of the windows of the car, like Sonny is just like his head's just like hanging out the window, just on his shoulder, like just dozing off. It's roughly about midday at this point, maybe like a little bit before midday. Yeah, you all are back outside.
All right. Well, let's load up the cart. I'm gonna go poke Emily. How you faring after last night, mate?
Hey, yeah. Fine. Fine. Better when there ain't 2 of you.
Gale raise.
Yeah, might want to take it easy next time for the of us who don't have quite the physical fortitude for that sort of thing. But
Don't gotta tell me it's why I say 'em. You guys all set to go?
finally, yes, we are.
Well, I've been taking care of the kid. It's been pretty inactive, just kind of napping. So, I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot that you guys need to worry about.
I honestly think he's probably just happy to be safe and now can properly relax without worrying he's going to be, harmed by, those lot we took care of.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, let me get things all set up, then we just can make ways, back to town.
Well, we got an extra horse out of the deal. They told us to make sure we come back with the horse, and now we're coming back with 2.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll sweeten the load. Okay, let's get ready, guys. He just starts to
Yeehaw.
move around, start to like pack up everything and make sure all the loops and the belts and the buckles are all strapped and ready to go. And he is gonna get inside the cart and just sprawl out on one of the cushions and knock the fuck out.
All right.
I guess I'll revert back to human form and get in the cart.
Yep.
Sure. You all can like load the chest in. Like Elmi's taken up like half of like the back seats, so you can just like scoot the chest like right below where his foot or his feet would be normally for a regular passenger. Maybe I
And
can
I
just like
guess
file in.
someone will be riding the extra horse then.
I can do
Y-
that.
Yeah, you either need to have someone ride the extra horse. We need a different way to attach to the cart.
I'll just ride the horse. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all can like finish out the saddle they've gotten for Gale. Who's going to be driving the cart?
It will be me. Just give me a second so I can roll my points.
Okay.
I'll be co-pilot.
Sure. So
Reese can keep Sunny company.
fantastic. Sev, can I get an animal handling?
Yeah. Let's hope this horse likes
so
me better
bright
than
and-
the other one.
I wasn't looking at the map earlier, but it's so bright and colorful out
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Well, this is because it is not
Oh
a.
no.
Compared to the gray like dungeons we're always
Yeah.
in.
This horse isn't a fan of me.
So, as you begin approaching the horse, Sev, you know, you're always like leaving bits of dust and sand with you off of the
Yeah.
the headband as it just like constantly like forms new sand. And there's a slight breeze that rolls by.
Oh no.
And as you're beginning to like saddle up the horse and make sure like it's all ready to go and you start to get on it, the breeze rolls through and some of the sand, some of the flecks, the specks of sand just get lodged into the horse's eye.
No.
And it begins just like shake its head wildly, trying to like get whatever is in its eye out. It's the rest of you. Really, you know how to handle a horse. You know how to handle a cart. You've been driving for a few days now. When you look back, it seems as if this is the first time that Sev has ever been atop a horse. You know from your prior experience that she has certainly been on a horse before, recounting your times with Gale in the forest. But something just doesn't seem right. So you have to slow down a fair bit. Yeah, it's gonna take you like another couple hours. We'll see, like 2 hours before like the horse finally like it manages to like wipe out whatever's in its eye and to get to pick up pace.
To be fair, this is the first time I've been on a horse since I've had the headband. So.
And also, Gale probably wants you to continue to ride him when he's trying to carry you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll say at this point we can just fast forward all the way back to town. Not a whole lot's going to happen on the way back. It is pretty uneventful, unless there is anything that you want to talk about, discuss, bring up.
No,
Oh,
not really. We just want to get the hell back to town.
yeah, I want to spend my money.
Does
All
the
right,
town have like a bank that we...
It
no,
does.
like serious question, because like if we're carrying like 400 gold on us, like
There is a bank indeed.
Okay, and the only thing I want to do is I just want to keep an eye out for any kind of like ruins or anything out in the distance or any
Outright,
kind
yeah.
of buildings that seem like we should take note of for later.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
other than that, I'm just want to head back.
Okay, sure. Oh, excuse me. So you all can make your way back, think about how you're going to spend your newfound earnings and your money. Think about how you're going
Here's a
to
10-month
figure out.
sale. Have fun with the rest of the campaign.
Thank you, Noli. About how
I
you're
feel
going
bad about
to.
the ghost kids personally, but I mean spilt milk.
Sure. Think about all your shortcomings, all the trials and tribulations, and the stress that you had to go through. Sunny is gonna wake up. He's gonna stay pretty quiet, looking at all of you, but like he's gonna say, like, just meekly, thank you all. I'm glad you all were able to get me out of there.
What time of day is it right now?
Oh, we'll say it's probably he'll warm up probably around the evening of your first day of heading back.
So I'll be more lively then. I mean, I'm assuming I can hear even though I'm separately on the horse. No problem, mate. That's our entire reason for coming out here.
Even though like he's like sitting next to the window and like you're able to just like look in, he kind of like jolts back, hearing your voice, and he'll like look through and just wave at you.
So how does this work now? Do we deliver him to his parents immediately, or do we have to wait at the guild hall for like paperwork to be done, or?
That is a question. I would say that, I mean, you want to get the boy back home, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, yeah.
So, you can flash forward like, what, 3 days, roughly 3 days. Oh, excuse me. You all arrive, it's like early afternoon. A couple folks are out walking around, and you come back over to the stables, and you see your good old friend, the stable master.
We brought a friend for you. Found him on our adventures.
You see her just like hold up her hands to her eyes and just begin to look at you. We appreciate your services. Thank you. Thank you for bringing everything back in one piece. Is there anything?
2 pieces, actually.
Are you like getting off the horse, like hand to her?
I mean, I'm just gesturing the horse like that we have a second piece of horse.
Thank you. We'll get that taken care of. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Just keep this one safe. We might be needing him later.
You see her face just grow kind of stern and worried. Great, right.
I mean, finders keepers, but not sure we can have horses in the guild hall, unfortunately. So.
Right. Well, if you're looking to have him stable, we'll say a gold for the stay.
Not a problem. Here you go.
Pockets the gold. Calls her dwarf out to go make sure everything is all tidied back and brought back to the like back end of the buildings and put in its proper place. You all can make your way on inside, directing over to.
So is
The
that
center
like
town.
a gold per day, or?
So far, it's just 1 gold for the stay. That's all she said.
Yeah. How much is a stay? Is it like it'll just stay there for a gold?
Yeah.
As far as she can tell, like as far as like the stable master wants, like just give me gold, get out.
Yeah.
Okay, fine then.
Maybe we can talk to the mayor about that.
Yeah.
So where do you all want to head with Sunny?
His parents' house.
Parents, the shop, if it's still open.
To the shop. Okay. So you all can make your way towards the like center of town. You can easily find fine Boynton's goods. Make your way through the door and you see that the mother is the one who's running the shop today. And you see her like look up once the door opens. Yes, hello, welcome. We have many. And as all of you are like walking in through, you see just one after the other, Sev after Gale, after Reese, after Rayleigh, and then Sunny.
I hand Sunny the trinket so that he can deliver it back to his parent.
Sure. So he's got like the what's the word? The loopy part.
Brooch, maybe.
No, the loopy part. Like he's holding the loopy part, so it's dangling a little bit.
The chain?
Sure. I mean, it's not like a chain, but you know what I mean. Like it's a piece of fabric, but whatever. And I mean, his eyes are like watering. Her eyes are watering. She just stops mid sentence, throws whatever she's holding onto the desk, and begins to like rush around the corner. Just crying and begins to
hear, Mom, you're squishing me.
and begins to hold Sunny close, and you hear Sunny just okay, I missed you too. Then begin to chat for a farewell.
Do we also have a shirt or something that belonged to him?
Yeah. I didn't think it was too important. Yeah.
Oh, do you still have it, or did you just? Okay. I can remember if you grabbed it or not.
Leaving it somewhere in the building.
Sure. All right. Yeah. I mean, you can. We have a heartfelt reunion. You hear the mom just like sobbing through tears. Oh, how are you? It's been so long. We were worried. You were gone. And begin to look up at all of you. Thank you all so much.
All in a day's work.
It's what we do.
All right, and she's going to kind of just excuse herself and her son as they go back towards the back end of the shop and up the stairs. She's gonna spend a couple minutes up there as you all are just out in the shop. Is there anything you want to do while in here?
Maybe we should get them some space.
Yeah.
I think
this isn't our place right now.
Although
I think we should shop a different time here.
Speaking of shop, maybe we should return the blacksmith's goods while we're at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right, let's go on over to the blacksmith.
Sure. You all can make your way out of the shop and head down south a couple blocks over towards where the blacksmith is. And you just hear a heavy tankering just going away down at the hand mill. The anvil.
You see a blood stain on the ground and it says blacksmith ahead.
And hey, you see behind the counter, you see Reese, you see the same person you had spoken with earlier. Rather young human boy, probably in his late teens. He just looks back up at you. Oh, hey, I see you're back. It's been what's it been, a week? You find the stuff yet?
We sure did.
And I guess now we begin the circus of pulling giant swords out of the bag of holding.
Yeah.
A
Right.
freaking clown car.
Clown car of iron.
So yeah, you can just take all the items down, place them on the counter. He's gonna clear up space, kind of frantically move stuff along and just shuffle things out. Okay. This is not how I was expecting this to pan out. I mean, we got a whole storeroom back here. I was expecting crates and boxes, but no.
We couldn't bring them back, sorry.
Yeah.
I figured you didn't care too much about the crates as long as you got what was in them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, it's just more work for us. I mean, no, it's fine. Okay, I'll go start putting this away. I'll let the boss know. Give me one moment. Is
No
gonna
problem.
head right up through the like door behind the counter. Hey, yeah, boss. Your guy came back. I know it's been a while, but look at all that. He's carrying like a bundle of swords and other like assorted items and like small bits of armor and like the scale mail or like the mithril or whatever else. I mean, you just hear like the rattle of all this metal on metal. I mean, they got it done. Let's hear like the booming voice. Ugh, fine. I'll be right out. You know, just doing like lumbering footsteps as he gets up from, as the dwarf like gets up from some sort of chair out back. You hear the tinking stop. He sits down the hammers and comes through the door. Oh, all right. Seems, pointing directly at you, Reese. You upheld your bargain. Looks over at the like the ore and the iron bars and other like various materials. Yeah, everything you've just like clambered out of the bag of the holding. I am a man of my words. What can we do for you?
What was the original agreement? Like I'm saying, out of character.
Yeah.
I think it was a discount
Yeah.
on a suit of armor was the
Awesome.
original agreement, but now he doesn't need that. I will say that I think this is the place that I was trying to talk to get lock set of
Yeah.
equipment too.
And since you got
So
money,
if you don't need the discount and want to try and apply it to something else, we could try and convince them to do that.
Party-wide discount.
yeah. Not much for me in here personally, but you guys take your stuff.
But if you want a second suit of armor, you can now get a discount, and you can definitely afford it now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what you want to do, Reese.
I mean, I can probably afford it either way now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh, do we not have Reese anymore?
I saw it blink green for a moment, but I didn't hear anything.
All the oxen free.
Reese, you there?
Oh, I can pass on for a moment. Is there anything that you all are looking for inside the shop?
I mean, I am looking for
Wolf armor.
the wolf armor, if that's still applicable. But this is that place, right? Or is
Yeah.
this a different place?
Yeah, same place.
Me, I'm just waiting to go back to the bookstore and the magic shop.
I'm trying to get to my notes where I had what I wanted to give Reese, and I can't find that. It's probably in the loose notes. All right, well, we can circle back around to here then, if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah, no problem. We can at least mark it as checked off.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can, as I mean, we'll say, Reese and Rayleigh come to some sort of agreement with
Yeah.
the
We can sort that out later.
Right.
owner. You all can make your way back out to the shop. Where do y'all want to go next?
I feel like let's do the bookshop first because it'll be quick. I just need to buy supplies because the magic shop's gonna take longer.
Okay. I mean, what kind of like supplies are you looking for at the bookstore?
Just supplies to copy the identify and arcane lock spells.
Okay. I need to.
That's 150 gold right there. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, because
I'm
that's
just gonna
50 and then 100 for the level 1, level 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk in like at this point, like during the journey, I have already counted out the 150 and put it in a separate little pouch, and
Sure.
so I'm just gonna walk in to the bookshop. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk in with a big smile and drop the pouch of money down. I'm back.
Oh, yes, great. Good. Welcome back. What might I interest you in today?
More supplies to copy spells, if you please, and oh, any chance you got the sequel to the other book that I bought last time?
No, I'm afraid not. We've not had any books come in over the past week. But I mean, I don't directly deal with spells here.
Oh no, I just need the ink and paper and stuff.
I can certainly get you the finest quality ink that we have. Not a problem. It's all over there on the back shelf. I'm just going to direct you over to where the where you found the supplies previously. And I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Good shit. Perfect. I will get right to this, and I will certainly be back.
Thank you for your patronage. Means the kind of like half-heartedly goes back to his book as you begin to leave the shop.
Okay, so I got the stuff.
Sorry, guys, I had to step out just to have a series of just conversations with everybody.
No problem.
No worries, figured
But I'm
something
back
happened.
now. It sounds like you guys just got back to town and we're doing some shopping, basically.
Yeah, we got back to town. We delivered Sonny back to his mom. They both went upstairs and had a bit of a moment, so the party wanted to just leave him alone for now.
That's cool.
We headed off to the blacksmith shop and handed over all the items that they were wanting to, that they were missing, that they had wanted back. The owner thanked
So I'm
all
sure
of
they're
you,
happy now.
and we had a question of, what did you want to do? Because I believe the deal was that he was going to make something for you, for whatever you were looking for. But now that you've got a new set of something, like what are you thinking?
Yeah,
also
me, right?
knowing that Rayleigh also wants to get Locke some armor too, so could potentially also use discount.
Right.
Well, what I was gonna say was, could we switch my armor order into some sort of like thing? Like it could even be like a trinket, or it could be like some form of armor that like small enough that where each of us could have one.
I can't wear armor.
Okay, or if everyone's down with it, giving armor for Locke would be definitely cool.
Yeah.
Do they
Yeah.
also handle weapons, or is it strictly an armor?
Yeah, they handle weapons and armor.
Yeah, so if the blacksmiths can suggest to us if there's something that would be really beneficial for everybody to have to kind of spread it out, or yeah, I like the Locke armor idea. Either way, if he has any ideas.
Yeah, I personally don't really use weapons or armor, so that's mostly going to be for the rest of you guys.
Yeah. Upon hearing the
Just need a really
suggestion,
good stick.
Yeah.
upon hearing the suggestion
Yeah.
for the armor for your companion, the
Yeah.
nicely well-behaved wolf, who is
Yeah,
beginning to look more and more like a dog as time's passing by now.
Right,
Suspiciously.
right. Yeah, he's a good boy.
It's just because like everyone else participated in getting back this stuff back, so I just really want to make sure that we have the A-OK from everybody to do the Locke armor thing,
Yeah.
unless there's something else they really want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everything I want is in the magic shop, so.
Sure. So that there's with the with the retrieval of the goods, there was a 25% discount that he was going to offer for whatever he made next. And I mean, he's never tackled a wolf before, and he's very intrigued by the idea of making something for some little critter.
Critter.
Yeah.
I say.
I mean, I'll try to work up something. Might be a bit bare for movement, but should offer a little more defense for you.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a good plan.
And comfortable. Like, make sure, put a lot of nice leather on there so that he can travel long distances and not get, rashes or whatever would happen.
You talked this over with Locke, right? I mean, I kind of point at the ring.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I
I
had some cats in my
tried
day where we tried to put some leashes and coats on them, and boy, did they hate it.
Yeah, well, cats are a different matter.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they hated it.
Oh God,
They just lie there like all their muscles were tense and their fur was falling off because they were so stressed to have this
Oh
vest
gosh.
on. They just it just didn't work.
as you say this, Cora is meowing at me like as if she can hear through the headphones and is responding. Yeah, we don't like when you guys do that. Oh, big yawn.
Yeah, so can you communicate with Locke in that way, really, or?
Yeah, I did go over the concept with Locke at one point. After he got nearly taken out by the bugbears.
Yeah.
And then Rayleigh went on a murder spree.
You could tell
Right,
him
right.
like he only has to put it on when we're
Doing stuff.
it's most likely gonna hit. Well, I guess that could be any time really. But,
Yeah, so I guess
Fair.
I'll check in with Locke and see if he's still up for wearing some kind of plate armor or something that'll protect him.
Yeah, you can definitely go out and ask him. You don't hear a response back,
Maybe.
but you just hear all this like wide mouth panting. He just like nods his head a little bit.
Reese says,
Okay.
"We promise we'll take it off and scratch your back every now and then."
You hear a little. "Ruff." All right. So he's going to go over the details of how long it'll take to have the armor. Not even armor. Like he's explaining how it's going to work. It's like plates that protect like vital parts of the legs. Some for like the underbelly, kind of like strapped together through leather, like little bits of fabric. So it's not
Right.
it's not going to be the greatest defense. It's still going to offer nothing to impact mobility. So he'll still be as wolfy as possible while getting a little bit of a boost. Normally, the work that you do would be roughly around like 100, 110 gold. He's willing to go down for 80.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah. Tell him he has a deal.
Perf.
Fantastic. This will take roughly about a week's time with all the other
Roughly.
Oh, you got that
projects
too. Nice.
that we have. God damn it. God damn it.
Did you just get it?
That took me a second.
The fact that we all caught it before you did. You're slacking, babe. Get your shit together.
Oh, that's so funny. This will be roughly like a
We
week,
thought you
week and a
did it on
half.
purpose.
Okay. Oh wow.
Until it's gonna be ready, and yeah, it'll be all good to go then. Just pick up the shop. You can go through the payment. He'll take the 80 gold from you if you want to just set it off on the table. Give you like a little written copy of the order, essentially like a handwritten invoice, and signs it. You can go ahead and sign it, stamps it, and goes ahead and puts an envelope, seals it, hands it back over to you.
Okay, well by now I would have left to get the ink and come back and rejoin the party.
Sure, yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, so Dale, just a quick off question here.
Mhm.
I recall in the update you guys had some kind of a battle and then you rested before returning. I guess Reese hadn't gotten back yet at that point, eh?
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Did Reese do any resting at all? Because my hit points
Oh, yeah.
currently say 26.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so
you
it took us 3 days to get back from the keep. So like we've definitely gone on.
Oh, okay. So
like
should I
multiple
put
days at
this
point.
back up to?
Yeah, you're all
max,
Yeah,
or-
you're all set. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Yay, full stats.
Oh,
Oh,
it feels good.
which
to type
reminds me. Now that we've done a full rest, and we are back in town.
Uh-huh. Do I smell a...
For our friends that have had magical items,
Oh,
you can take a look at all of them.
that would be a level up.
So
Yeah.
let's take a look here. Reese, you've had 2 axes with you. You've had your trusty old great axe that you've been using for
It's been great, all right.
a while now.
Yeah, for the murder.
Savage murder of Fancy Hat.
The party had also picked up another axe for you. Well, a very like elegantly designed, like ebony ivory axe that had the word in common grovel along the handle.
Oh, I see.
And as you like begin to like look it over and just like keep it on you and like take a look at it and try to discern like what in the world could I do with this, you realize that like as you're swinging it around, you get like this little jolt in your hands. Realize that if you connect with something, you'd be able to speak the command word and have it affect the hit creature. So if you were to speak grovel as you hit the creature, you could potentially have them like be forced to grovel at your feet.
And knock them prone.
Wow. So this great axe of mine has a +1. Why was that again? I forget.
That was a gift from the from Hull's parents up in Grimsouth.
Oh, right.
So grovel is +5 and the great axe is +6, but it has that awesome effect. So I think I'm gonna at least give it a try for a while. That sounds great.
Sure.
Probably stick with it.
Sure.
Now, can I carry both of these? Like,
Yeah,
that sounds pretty
absolutely. You
intense.
can like
Okay.
have them both like strapped to your back and like select which one you
They're
want to
both
use.
two-handed.
Paladins dual wield.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I
don't
mean,
think
they're both
so.
two-handed, so unless you have 4 arms, I mean.
Okay.
Oh, are they? Okay, then. I mean, you never know. Like, he could like turn into General Grievous at some
I can
point.
imagine
Or like a
it
warrior.
it getting knocked out of my hand from some sort of magic force, and I'll have a spare ready. You know,
That is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if we ever need 2 axes, I mean, I'm skilled with both martial and simple
Oh, well,
weapons,
that
so
works.
Oh, okay. So I
All
can
right.
toss it off to you if need be, if you are left wanting.
right.
Cool. Okay, that's good then.
Next up, for whoever is holding the chime,
Me.
realize that, yeah, when you go ahead and like ring it, you feel very like revitalized. And for any of those who are fallen around you, mechanically, because I don't know how to speak on this outside of mechanics, within 30 feet around you, when you ring it, any creature that's fallen has advantage on their death saving throw.
Okay.
What else was there?
Did you say any creature around you when she rings it has advantage on the death saving
And a
throw?
30 foot. Well, I guess we'll say a 15-foot radius, 30 foot diameter.
Is it a charge item, or is it once it's used, it's done?
Property has been used. It cannot be used again until the dawn of the following day.
Okay, so what's a day?
Next up, we have the breastplates for for Reese. So if you fall in combat, like as you've been wearing this, you've just been like getting more used to how this is working, and you feel that over time, like there's kind of been like a bond, that's kind of like it's kind of like attached and been. I don't know, it feels like there's like an adhesive between like the front of the plate to your chest, and you get you realize that if you were to fall in combat and you were to lose consciousness, the armor itself will try to give you a jolt to restabilize you.
Remind me not to wear it when I'm going to sleep.
Defibrillator chest.
That's good. Okay. So like I could at least get to safety. Exposed, unconscious. Great.
And
where did that come from? That armor?
The treasure room.
The one with the
Oh,
mimics,
nice.
I think.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
the one that you guys found like when I wasn't like there to play. I think you found it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So Reese just says thanks for finding this. It's a great find, by the way. Fits like a glove.
I figured you'd have a use for it.
What's the armor
There it is.
class?
What's the what?
AC.
14 plus dex. It's a breastplate.
Okay.
So
And stick.
we have stick.
Oh shit. Omit that.
No worries.
I was trying to click it for information on it.
If you're looking for information on spells, you gotta go to the spell page, and then I think it's the whatever the eye is, or the comments bubble maybe.
Oh.
These staff. So using it as like your normal walking stick, you've kind of like just replaced and put the other one. I'll say like in your bag of holding, Gale. And you realize this is like a plain staff, kind of elegantly carved with like various different etchings in like spiraling through the wood, and at the top is this piece of metal, split a little bit. It looks like there's entry for like something to be inserted or come out. The staff itself doesn't. It doesn't seem to be useful to actually hit anything with it, but you can use a bonus action to speak its command word, whatever you decide. I am assuming already it's just going to be stick.
Yeah.
To transform it into a spear, a glaive, a halberd, or a lance. And the new form lasts until you dismiss it or let go of the staff.
Oh, interesting.
And if you're not proficient with these weapons already, you are with this item.
Good shit.
Sweet. It'll be interesting to use, but I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else I forgot about?
I mean, I don't think it's magical, but I do have a gun.
Oh, right, the gun.
Yeah, as you're looking through it, I mean, it doesn't seem innately magical to you. You've had it for a while. It just seems like some well-made, like, mechanical creation.
Do you think the armor might be able to engineer something for you in terms of ammunition?
That's definitely something I should consider.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna take it to the magic shop because I figured he knows weird things, so
Yeah.
it's a weird thing. But I guess I should try the smithy first, because it's probably more up her alley.
Yeah.
Sure. As you, like, make your way, you can, like, double back in or, like, right before you head out. Take it out of your bag and, like, show it over to the dwarf as he is beginning to walk out back. And he takes it from you, takes a look at it, and just like, tries to size it up and see how it works. I've never seen one of these before. I don't think there anything up my alley, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll just take it back and say, as far as I can tell, it's an explosive weapon that launches a projectile.
Oh, definitely not
So-
anything up my alley. Maybe in a larger city, you might find a more experienced individual, which I don't have any idea.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I'm really looking forward to that armor.
To get working on as fast as I can for you. I'll bid you off and head back outside.
All right, magic shop ahoy.
All right, we can make our way back to the magic shop. Sure. Walked a few blocks up north, up to like where the kind of like the market squares begin to turn into more like a residential area, leading back up to the nobles. You can walk in. You see Xenophar just like fiddling around behind the desk, the counter, just working away.
Good evening. We have returned with some questions.
Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, welcome back. Did you find anything new?
In a manner of speaking.
So for the first thing I'm gonna do is pull out the broken gems from the mirror.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
And I'll show the sketch that I made.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take out some of the mirror pieces too,
Yeah.
since it would help explain.
Yes. What do we have here?
Just kind of generally explain how the mirror worked and stuff. We tried to carry it out with us, but it broke. All of the glass that didn't previously reflect us now does as an here. I extracted the gems that had been powering it, and they are now broken. And
Do you have any idea what it might have been? Encountered anything like it?
I've never encountered anything nearly like this. But I mean, it sounds as if it was used for harvesting? Used for collecting, perhaps?
We just hope we set the souls free above
Yeah.
everything else.
do you
We
think
wanted
that
to bring it here just so that you could have a look at it, but
it broke?
Yeah, it
Um,
seems like if in being removed from the area just caused it to shatter on its own, like whatever it was holding it together broke.
Do you think that when it broke, the spirits that were inside were set free, or
Oh, I don't deal much with the afterlife, nor do I really care to think about it. But I believe they are as free as you choose to believe. I don't know if we'll ever truly know.
perhaps at some point I can make contact with someone I know who might have more experience with that.
Perhaps.
And actually, maybe something that might be a little bit more pressing and concerning. I kind of show the sketch of the portal that I made and
right.
the symbol
I'm
of...
gonna bring out the book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so-
actually, I'm wondering, did we do anything with the guy's body?
I
We
took
have
it
his
because-
sample, but we
yeah.
didn't do anything with his body.
Okay.
So I'll bring out the book, so eloquently titled "Demons in Me."
Yeah, and I mean, since it's related, I'll go ahead and bring out the firearm too.
Not sure. Are you able to read this? I read it briefly when we got it, but not sure if you can understand Infernal.
Nope.
Well, I had to try. I guess I can kind of relay what I can just kind of translate it briefly to him. Tell him what I read in it.
Well, I would recommend you destroy this and toss it into the nearest fire you can. This doesn't sound like anything anyone should particularly have.
Yeah, all right, I can take your word for that. And then I guess I can show him the chicken scratch notes from the male mage as well. And it also, translate that.
Sure. I mean, it basically reiterates a lot of the same principles and like
Okay.
the more of like the beginner concepts before the more intermediate stuff that
Okay.
the book held that you couldn't quite understand. It's a
Okay.
rehash, basically.
Okay.
And I'll just say that he did have connections because, I mean, you don't just end up with this. And I show him the firearm.
Yeah.
What was that?
I show him the flintlock
Firearm.
pistol.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the firearm, not the. Okay. Okay.
Good job, babe. Like I pull up my arm and I cast fire on it. You said you wanted us to burn the book. Well, I can do that.
The Furbolg begins to kind of like his eyes just widen as you produce this a firearm before him. Where, pray tell, did you find this item?
It belonged to the bandit captain who we ended up in a fight with. He ended up dying, but he wasn't human. His skin was gray.
I'll pull out the sample of the stuff. We believe he could have been a doppelganger.
Well, it would match the gray indeed. But I've begins to pull out.
He was also the one in possession of the mirror. We thought maybe he was taking souls of people, but it might be more related to the kidnappings that have been going on.
Oh, I'll also mention the portal. Yeah, so we found the portal with this symbol, open it and point. The symbol of Belial, or as I also have been told, he was known as Grizzle.
What exactly are all of you involved with?
We were just on a
Actually-
rescue mission, and this is what we found.
Yeah, we needed to find a kid named Sonny Boyden.
We
I
found him.
swear is his real name.
And we're telling
found
you
him.
because we think it might be a security matter for the city, and you're the most experienced person with magic that we know. We are going to report this to the mayor, too.
Okay, yes, good. Very good. This is very odd indeed.
I do believe they were trying to summon Belial or Grizzle. Granted, the fact that this book was essentially a summoning ritual, and that the shrine we saw had his symbol, and that souls were being harvested, and we saw human blood stains.
The thing is, we don't know if we don't know how to disable the portal, and judging from notes that we found on the doppelganger's person, they might have other people showing up there to maybe try and complete things. But they at least don't have Sonny Boyden with them.
There was a piece of paper about a password, fizzy, giggle, furzy,
Oh, yeah.
gurgle, but we didn't figure out exactly what that was too.
That just sounds like nonsense.
I completely agree.
Well, they were passwords from mages, and you know how we are sometimes with our little quirks.
Oh, well, indeed.
But we were not able to bring the shrine with us for obvious reasons. You get too close, you start to feel like you're being pulled towards it, and we did not want to get too close.
Understandable.
Oh, we also had this chest. Bring out the chest.
It's the only thing of interest in it is that it was the chest from the room with the mirror.
And they somehow reacted with it, but we don't know if there's anything innately magical about it.
And then I'll pull out the cloth that had the 12 iron balls. Also not sure if these have any significance. They were in the chest.
As you all like unveil the chest, Zinfar begins to like just knock it, like check, see if there's anything, and just like rings. It's just hollow wood. When you bring this to me? And as you pull out the balls, Zinfar's eyes once again just widen. Oh. Okay, we have more pieces of the puzzle, I see.
Tried to bring with us as much as we could.
And am I to assume that you found these
In the chest.
with the firearm?
No.
No. The firearm was on his person. In this chest was basically his spare clothes, but when we opened it, it seemed to free all the spirits on the other side just to be in the room. It seemed like doing things in one dimension did some things in the other dimension as well.
It had some sort of connection. I did a few experiments, tried dropping in a book to see if that would do anything. It seemed mostly to be an ordinary chest after we'd opened it, but it did seem connected with this other mirror dimension.
Well, I assume whatever dimension this mirror was, it was self-contained. I assume it only broke because it was brought outside of its reaches.
So what does the chest have to do with it then? Because they were connected.
I assume in some way that the chest is how this individual stored whomever he was capturing?
But are
Yeah.
you saying that these clothes are people?
No, they look like clothes to me.
I mean,
What about these iron balls? Do you think these are people?
Not exactly. If I may, begins to take the
I
pistol.
thought maybe they were fetters for the ghosts, but I don't think so.
Can I ask a quick question?
Wait.
Like at some point in this,
Yeah, what's up?
they aren't bullets, are they?
What's the question,
Reese
Reese?
just wants to ask, like, whenever, like, the breaking of the mirror, would that in some way harm the captives, or would it set them free? Is there any way to know that?
Not until I speak with someone with more knowledge of the after.
Unfortunately, that would depend on what spell or enchantment was placed on the mirror. I'm not privy to that information. If you'd like, I can try to see if I can glean anything off of the shattered pieces here.
The gems, yes.
Yeah.
But
And,
I can't make any guarantees that I would find anything useful.
It's worth a try.
would the School of Magic help? Because Gale did use detect magic on it.
I'll say what school I thought it was.
Sure. Xenophar will go ahead and like write it down on a piece of parchment, and, like shove everything off to the side of the counter, and just like in big bold letters, write for later. Just like overlay the parchment on top of the mess. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
so I'll just take out all the pieces of the mirror and give it to him.
sure. Like
Yeah,
you can like tie it back up in the cloth and just like put it back up on there.
Right.
I should ask, would you like us to leave the chest here with you, or do you think it has anything to do with it?
I mean, I could always use a new chest, of course.
Well, I wanted to keep it for having a chest myself, but I'm just saying, would you like to study it as well, or should I take it back and use it as a chest?
Yes, I would like to study it.
Okay. I trust we will get it back once you've learned what you can learn, yes?
Absolutely, of course.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Go right ahead.
I mean, you can afford a chest at this point, though.
I mean, true, it's just that, like...
Oh, yeah. Before we do end up going, I do have one other thing that I need to check.
Oh, I do too.
With a 5, you trust Xenophar's guile and his vivaciousness as he begins to talk up and down about, yes, of course, I just need this chest for study. It might help with the other pieces of the puzzle of the mirror. Perhaps they're in some way, shape, or form linked. It would be very, very beneficial, of course, for your cause if I were to study the chest, slowly, like, pushing everything over into the chest and setting it down on the ground.
I'm pretty sure all the fancy clothes are in it still, too. Like,
Yeah. I will indeed remember that you have the chest and all of its contents as well.
What are we looking for, really?
Yeah, so I do have the sacks of ooze from the mimic. To see if that's of any use to anybody or if that should just be tossed out.
I was also gonna think maybe ask Arthur too, but ask Xenophar while we're here.
Yeah.
Of a mimic, you say?
Yes, we had a
2
run-in.
mimics.
2 of them.
Yeah, I guess when the bandits were robbing someone, they just mistook them for chests and carried them in with all their treasure.
I don't know about that. Sort of seemed like they were set up to guard the one chest that was real.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but the button had a warning next to it, so it kind of felt like to me like, oh no, we made a huge mistake for putting them in the room.
Well, you don't really see many. I'm sure they could have a use somehow.
Perhaps Arthur would know.
Perhaps. I don't know what that old fool could do with them. I could try to take a look around, see if I could find someone who knows something to do with them.
Okay.
Appreciate it. And about the 12 iron balls.
Ah, yes. Well, if you'll allow me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reach for the balls, reach for the gun. Cock
So they're
the
just munitions for the gun.
cock the hammer back and is gonna flick the gun up. Put one of the balls into the muzzle. It's gonna fiddle around for a little pouch or something below the desk. Place it along, and with a snap of his fingers, like present it to all of you. Yes, and
Well,
I see. So it was the ammo.
that's good to know. Good to have.
Well, that's what I was thinking. The two were there together in the chest, of course.
Well,
Right, right. I mean, that would be what I would have expected. He was at a desk and like only had one bullet in the canister. You would have thought the rest would be in the desk with him, but apparently not.
well, good we have that. We can use it now. I have one other question. So, say I had an item, and within this item, there was an entity who was trapped. If I were to want to move this entity to my spell book, how would I go about doing that?
It's a bit tricky.
Do you know how to do it?
I mean, I've dabbled here and there. When we speak of an entity, is this a constructed entity, or that of a person caught?
To be honest, I'm gonna like dip back into my head and ask them all. So if I was to be describing you to someone who might help get you out of the head wraps, how how would you describe yourself?
I have never thought of that in a while. I've not had form for a while. I mean, would I describe my person, my position, my rule?
I mean, you were a king, yes?
Whew, indeed.
Were you human or something else?
Of course I was human.
Alright, I think that's enough. But I may not have found a body for you yet, but I might be able to move you to my book, be a bit more mobile. So, let you know when that happens. And then pop back. Tell Xenophar.
Yes.
A person indeed. I happened to come across the item in which he was imprisoned.
Do we know anything about this person?
He was a leader, you could say.
Okay, so a very prestigious role, of course. Was he, boss of the grain mill? Was he...
Bit more important than that. Bit higher up. Very important, we can just say.
Probably some poor fool got caught. Well, I mean, there is. It's pretty lengthy, and there's no. Bottom line, there's a chance that we can move the consciousness from one place to the other. The issue being, the caster needs to figure out how to undo the first to move to the second. It may take A while.
How long is a while?
It depends on the spell in the first place. I believe some of my acquaintances up elsewhere throughout Cyndrus might offer a bit more help and insights than I could, unfortunately.
If you were to touch the item, would you have a better idea?
I suppose so.
I'm gonna lean forward and present my head, kind of like hold the wraps for him.
This is gonna get messy as fuck. Dear God, no. Okay.
Oh no! Okay, I know what's happening.
Welp. I don't have a stat block
Yay,
for this guy.
infernalism.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, babe?
I don't have a stat block for this guy. I don't know what is.
Who is Xenophar?
Where did I put armor clothing? Was that it? No. Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, and he's a wizard, so.
Yeah.
Is he getting trapped in the headband too? What's going on?
No, Amal
That's
might
gonna
take
be-
over his body. I did say I've been trying to find a vessel for him.
You are right.
And the bandit captain was not adequate. Okay.
Okay, important question.
Hmm.
If he does get taken over, do we get store discounts?
He is kind of expensive.
Yeah. Okay, so what's happening?
So, Xenophar begins to approach the headbands. Puts his hand on it. And you're pulled into the same kind of like wispy space.
Yeah.
What do you want to have happen?
What do you mean?
So as you're both pulled off into this wispy space.
Right.
You're both caught in like the split second time distortion, I guess.
Right.
He can see you. Xenophar looks visibly distressed that he's been brought and pulled into some other plane. How do you want him to, like, what do you want him to detect? Do you want him to detect the full-on, like, experience of Amal and, like, summon him forth? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to, so we'll be here, be like, Amal, maybe you could speak to him yourself.
I guess the question here is, do you want to try to use this opportunity to give Xenophar the headband instead of you?
To give him the head, as in like, have him take it from me?
Yes, like transfer because the two of you are fighting for this, right? Essentially. So, like, do you want to like willingly try to shirk off your attachment to this in place of Xenophar?
No, I do want to keep it.
Okay.
I just want him to, like, you know.
Gotcha.
And if Amal happens to think Xenophar is a good vessel, then that's up to him.
Okay. So you both get brought in, and you begin to like just summon forth them all,
Mm-hmm.
and his voice just surrounds the both of you. Yes. What is it? Again, why do we
I
have
brought
a
the
passenger?
visitor. See, this is who I was speaking to, about transferring you out of the head wraps. But he would need to know more about how you were trapped there and the whole situation. And, perhaps he might be an opportunity for you to get out.
Very well. He's going to kind of shut you out a bit for the first time. You can tell that like,
Oh,
he's
wow.
like neglecting you. As Xenophar's eyes just kind of go blank and then shut. And this seems like one of those moments where, what is it like when you're sleeping, is it REM, when like the eyes are darting
Yeah.
all over the place? And you can
Yeah.
see like the movement beneath the eyelids
Mm-hmm.
until they open once again. Oh, responds back. There. He knows a story. If you trust him to assist us, so be it.
Yes.
And we'll once begin to fade out, fade back, and the remote comes back. And you see Xenophar before you, just quickly pull back his hand, panting in a deep, deep sweat. Oh, I am so sorry. You, yes. I didn't realize it was someone so dear to you. We will. I'll try to request to take a. We will get the work done one way or another. I'll reach out to my contacts, see if I can dig up anything regarding situation and the tragedy of course. Get you all sorted.
Sounds fantastic. Any idea what it'll cost?
If it was me, I'd do it for free, of course, but my acquaintances aren't going to be as eager. It'll be up to them.
Sounds good. But glad we can figure something out.
Absolutely. With that said, is there anything else I can do for the rest of you?
I'm not sure if this was discussed by him in game or not. I guess the leaf magic missile staff. I just wanted to know if that was still on the table.
Oh, yes, of course, if you still have the supplies.
I think perhaps if we return on our next adventure with a little more gold, I'll definitely want to use the supplies and make that item.
All right. Not a problem. Just come back when you're ready.
Sounds good to me.
Just double checking. Did you get anything new in since we were gone, or?
I have not, just crafting the same old, same old. We've gone through a couple of spells here and there, but that's about it.
Wondering about your quill. What does it do? It seems rather nice.
Well, it's currently a work in progress. I often use it. He's gonna go ahead and like just flourish his hands and summon forth the quill. And you see like this like really elegant, kind of like gaudy, like peacock feather quill.
Sav loves it already.
Well, it assists me when I'm trying to go through my scrolls and spells and other arcane writings.
Looks like a useful familiar. I take it works similar to a mage hand.
In a way, I'm sure a mage hand could. It's gonna pop off the quill and just like summon forth like a rather like large mage hand. Like it looks very thick, much like his own hand. I'm sure that, you know, any old mage hand could write and whatnot, but this quill just, it helps me focus my thoughts a bit better, we'll say.
So, it would make you more efficient in copying spells.
Yes, it does do that, yes.
How much would you sell it for?
I beg your pardon?
How much would you sell it for?
I mean, it's still a work in progress. It hasn't been completed yet.
Is this a spell that can be completed, or is this a construct?
It's gonna poof it back away. This is an item of my own making. It hasn't quite gotten off the test grounds yet. If I were to begin mass producing these, probably looking around 725 gold?
Keep that in mind. Alright then. I think that will do us for now.
Fantastic. All right. Well, if there's nothing else I can help you with, do come again later. Hopefully we'll have some more goods in stock for you.
And let me know as soon as you get word back about our friend.
Yes, of course.
Actually, I did want to ask him if he had any extra gunpowder, because I'm not sure if I needed to use the gun or not.
That is a good question.
I've went ahead and marked down the 12 bullets as being in my inventory.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, he has a couple of like pouches that he's had separated back off. Explain how like they're often used in some of the like components for like larger scale like experimental versions of alchemist fire. He's got a couple of pouches.
Yeah, I want to ask if I can buy, if he'd be willing to sell one of them to me.
Okay. It's roughly around 40 gold per pouch. This is very volatile. So do be careful with it.
Okay. Then I'll just buy one of them from him.
Sure. He'll carefully pick up one of the pouches from underneath the counter, lightly place it down. So you slide on the gold. He'll pocket it all, throw it in the one of the drawers underneath. And remember, any missing limbs, any dead family, that is not on the shop.
Oh, you know,
Yes,
one more
yes.
question. So I recently came across some spell books from others, and I was about to go about copying the Arcane Luck spell. Now it requires 25 gold's worth of gold dust per cast. Now, can I use just any gold dust for that, or as in, can I just take gold coins and turn them to dust, or do I have to buy gold dust specially made? How does that work?
Oh, well, this would be processed gold dust, such used for some sort of ornamenting or decorating of, various different jewelry or metalworks. If you were to just grind gold, it'd be vastly, vastly different.
Alright, do you have any for sale?
Right here for you.
I'll take 50 gold worth, please.
50?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, he'll get like 2 different bottles for you. Filled roughly to like the same height, the same way and everything. Slides them over to you. Pie gets the gold.
Awesome, that's 2 casts. Cheers. Alright, I think that's it for me.
All right, fantastic. Whoop. All right. Well, that is so weird, but okay. Is there anything else y'all want?
I think we had the Arthurs to ask about the mimic stuff. And
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. But nothing from Xanathar's?
no.
All right.
No, I think I'm good. Can the pouch of gunpowder be safely stored in a bag of holding, or what do I need to do with that?
Yeah, I'll say that's fine.
That's
Because like inside,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like in a stationary place.
Firefight.
So
Yeah.
that should be good.
Okay.
Yeah. But cool. We can call it here. Now that we've concluded up at the magic shop, I didn't want to like end in the middle of that, unfortunately. But
Are we not going to do the Arthur?
we can
Oh,
save that for next time.
Okay.
So I don't want to run
Okay.
like too late. I just wanted to finish
Oh,
what we were currently doing. But yeah, welcome back to Abbott Brook. And on your journey back, I'll say we have a level up.
Yay! I get to do more damage now.
Fireball.
Great.
She's gonna kill us.
I don't know if I'll have to share it to the chat if I haven't already, but it's that Seinfeld meme where Jerry walks in like, "What's going on in there?" and Kramer's like, "The wizard set off fireball without caring about how big it was."
That's funny. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap up for tonight. Appreciate y'all having through or stopping through. Hope you had a lot of fun, even though it was a mostly, I don't know, chill day. But we'll pick back up next week where, what do we plan on doing? We'll go visit Arthur, go talk with the mayor, and then probably the
I will
big
copy
boy.
spells.
All right, cool. Well, we can go ahead and go through with some level up stuff if y'all want tonight, if you have time. Otherwise, hit me up over the next couple of days.
Yeah,
I'll do
that's
level
right.
up
I looked
stuff.
you up over the internet because that's how I have to contact you instead of going
Yeah.
into the other.
Cool. All right, well, enjoy the rest of the night, y'all. I shall see you another time. Take care, friends.
I'll see you in 30 seconds. Bye.